place I'd rather be. Yeah, yeah, yeah. To the finish line. Everywhere you look, he's right on time. With a silent stare, racing through the open air, he's without a care. He's the one for me, and there's no place I'd rather be. Yeah, yeah, yeah. To the finish line. Everywhere you look, he's right on time. With a silent stare, racing through the open air, he's without a care. He's the one for me, and there's no place I'd rather be. Yeah, yeah, yeah. To the finish line. Everywhere you look, he's right on time. With a silent stare, racing through the open air, he's without a care. Street.
Okay, I'll start right now, and still not completely. You know, I think that's what I want. When how many frames I was gonna drop because it wasn't dropping. I was kind of so see that. I'm actually waiting for the others to come in the stream. Why is my thing not loading? Where's my not loading? I'll find it will load later on probably. So for a moment, let me just get some music in there. And we had music before, but some different music. Yeah, this I'm not fixing. I don't know how to fix an audio. Okay, I'm trying to make it work. I'm sorry if I cannot. It's not working for some reason. Oh, and I'll have to. What's the key again? In a second. What's something like Shift, Alt Shift, something else, something else. So okay, it's here now. Oh, I fixed it somehow. I fixed the thing. I can see finally. Um, I suppose I will load later. He's not loading right now, even though yeah. I mean, he's also muted. Definitely, that might be something. So, but yeah, until that happens, welcome everyone to the weekly podcast, Culture and Life. Here, mistake in spelling there, but we don't care about it. I mean, we care about, we decided to delay it there because that was kind of funny. Another thing about to say is that okay, we do this every Friday around the time something varies, but always around this time. I mean, varies a little bit, like 1 hour later or at 3 p.m. or 3 a.m. stuff like that. It varies just a little bit, not that much. But I'll probably move it to. I want to move to afternoon because I know I have a lot of free time, so I want to use it for the podcast and stuff. And I also want to use all of the other days for streaming. So I think next week I will be able to stream like the whole week, like from morning to night. So yeah, I'll try to use my best with that. Yeah, for the moment, letting you know that how do I say, yeah, we do it weekly every Friday. One time we did it on Saturday because there was something happening. Okay? But that was a long time, and we haven't missed any single week. Been on this. I said 18 week, but I'm not 100% sure if it's 18 or 17. No, yeah, it is 18. It is 18. So that means we have been on air for a big amount of time. By big amount, I mean, I think almost 4 months. I'm not that good with math. Wait, 1 month, 8, 2 months, 12. Okay, so we have been on air for 4 months now. Okay. So yeah, we have been on air for 4 months. It's a good amount of time.
Hello. Just wanted to find an open spot for me to jump in.
Oh, hello there, kid. I don't know if your PNG is not loading. I don't know, maybe it's something. But it is not loading for me. Do you have your PNG as PNG so you can appear in there?
You need the PNGs again?
Just send me one, and I'll just put it there just
Look,
because as a what do you call this thing?
look for a whisper. I'm gonna try to find whisper to me, or I'll whisper to you. You should still see it in our whispers.
Yeah, that's true. Let me go.
Or direct message. I
Oh
mean.
yeah, I found it. That's before the
Mhm. And then even if our direct messages are deleted, I'm using a so it's recommended when you use an image like this from Discord to have your own like asset location. So I have a chat room called streaming that I put a bunch of pictures and images that I want to use for streaming, and I use that as the source for them, if you know what I mean.
yeah. I also do that, but
Yeah.
I didn't put yours there. I just put mines and Jaden's. So I need to get more.
So that URL is in a location that I keep up and make sure that will always exist until I don't feel like having it. So if I go and I delete those that's another cool thing. If I delete the original image URL, eventually those will disappear because the original location will disappear.
Oh, I see. Okay, that makes sense. Actually.
Yeah.
Basically, the frames are dropping like crazy now. But we have you here now. We have move you.
I'm going to add this as an announcement right now, just so that more people can see it.
I'll have to flip horizontal. There we go. Now we have guide, but face frozen and moving.
With my mouth just frozen open.
I'm picking my eyes, so you know it's the normal stuff in here.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's the basic word for me. I really hope, guide. No, I said guide. You're here. When the other join, that it actually works, because I don't know, is Discord just bugging me? I think it's happening. I forgot how to restart. Yeah, because
Discord's bugging you?
yeah, when I started, Discord wasn't showing my PNG or yours, and now it's showing mine, but it's not showing yours. So it's doing that.
What is this? The video Akuma posted.
Where? Oh, on
the ultimate Shrek recap.
I have not seen it. I'm not scared to try and see.
The opening is.
They have opening and everything. Oh shit. Yeah, remember the person that yesterday used the add everyone on the server?
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah, I asked like, oh, were you calling me? And she was like, what? Yeah, you add everyone. And she was like, oh, what? Let me see. And she was the cousin.
Oh, it was somebody else who did that?
Yeah, somebody else, you know. I suppose they took their phone or computer and just. It wasn't only on our server, it was also in my other server. The person did that on all the servers that she was into.
That's actually very messed up, because that can get you banned fast.
Yeah.
Like I was looking for a way of temporarily timing out somebody. That's something that Discord doesn't really have. They only have kick or ban. They don't have like mute the person or disable the person's ability on the server to where you can then fix it later, or mute them 24 hours so they can't say anything on the server for the next 24 hours.
I understand, Kai. They are hardcore. If you mess up, you mess up.
You mess up, you're kicked or banned. Because those are the only two choices. I can kick you from the server to where you can instantly come back if you feel like it, or ban. You can't come to the server until somebody unbans you.
Yeah. I suppose the closest thing to doing that thing is like having a role. That's
yes.
Like,
yes. I was thinking like on my server, I could do the same thing to where they can't pick up that role, ban them from the role. But your server doesn't have roles like that. You don't even have rules. You should put that at least as one. You should have two rules that are always necessary for a server. Unless you have a chaos server where anybody can add everybody, but that's under the rules, so everybody knows you can be added. But the number one rule, follow Discord's TOS, and then always highlight the rule. You have to be 13 years or older, because your server can be deleted the moment Discord knows that there's somebody who's under 13 on your server, and if they can see proof that you knew that they're 13 or under 13, then that's also part part of it. So they'll just delete your server.
Oh, that's bad. I was 13 when she joined the server.
So no, it's under 13.
Oh,
I think you 13. Can be 13 and older. Let's see. I don't care. I always see, so you notice how in my rules it says you must be 13 or older. It's because I looked at a bunch of servers, their rules, and they always say, follow TOS, you need to be 13 or older. So if they're 12 and younger, and you know it, and there's any kind of chat in the Discord about that, you have to ban them. You need to insta ban somebody the moment they say I'm 13 years old out loud in the server, and it's obvious that they're 13 years old. So if somebody else like me on the server says I'm 12 years old, and then Discord does a ban, you could look on the server and say, here's the spot where he said he's drinking alcohol 4 times. He's not 12. Don't ban me. But even joking is considered a bannable offense in a lot of servers. So even just randomly saying I'm 12, that's your way of being banned from the server. Because you've seen...
Well, and you're not referring to an age, you're referring to a level on a game or something. They just ban you.
Yeah. But
that
yeah,
sucks, actually. I'll have some rules. I'll put some rules.
Yeah. And then you notice how in my rules, how I have a reaction there. I put the first reaction, and you've reacted in Blue Pit and some other people.
I just reacted.
That I would recommend unreacting to that, because eventually that may be a bot trap, and whoever's reacted to that will be banned from the server.
Wait, really?
That was my reason of setting that right now, is to see if a bot comes into my server and then reacts to that because it's under rules. If it does, then I'm going to turn it into a bot trap, because I know it's actually working. But until then, I'm not going to do anything like that, and I'll tell people, and I can make people unreact to reactions too. Yeah,
I know. I have seen so many times. I have reacted, and then I just see that, oh wait, where's my reaction? I just click again.
Yeah. So eventually, under these rules, I'll put, like, let's say rule number 8. Or no, not 8, because 6. Rule number 7. If you react to this, if you react in this channel to this, to these rules, you will be banned from the server. Because
I react and then I read.
Well, no, because under that I'll say, or no, before that I'll say go to roles and react to get a role. do not react to this chat or you'll be banned from the server. This is here to get rid of bots, because
Okay,
a bot will automatically react because it wants to try to get into the server because this says rules. But if you have to read this to go to then roles and then react, then that can cause, then that's one step a robot has to go through to get through, and that's a little bit more programming. And if I have the bot trap in here and in roles, so the bot reacts to everything in here, reacts to everything in roles, well, in roles, I'll have a role that says, react to this role if you want to be banned from the server. So there's two places that a bot will accidentally cause itself to be banned.
I understand. You know, that might also be, I mean, someone like me that I don't need to react to rules after that.
Well, I'm calling it a ban. What would happen is there would be a room that you'd be brought to that says you've reacted to all rules and roles to be here. In order to go into the server, unreact.
I see. That'll be interesting.
Yeah. So it's basically a maze that if you're human and you actually read, and then it forces you to read because you're now in a room that the only thing is in there is that text. So it only somebody who doesn't know the language would have a problem. Then you'd easily get through. But a robot would have to be programmed to read and understand and then know what I'm talking about and what the roles are doing and all that. It would have to be able to abstractly think.
I see.
And I'm not setting that up yet. I only will set that up if I see a problem happens at some point. And with the way that I have my server set up with the rules and then roles, I don't think I'll ever see a problem because that's too much effort for somebody wanting to let's troll kind of thing, you know?
Yeah. There, I have two rules now.
Read one. Discord guidelines, read. That's a little. Number 2, don't be 12. I like it. It's simple. It's don't be 12. You are a horrible person for being 12. You could be 11.
How dare you?
Just don't be 12.
Well, that's how it works.
Is that like don't subjectively be 12 or don't objectively be 12?
Oh, you cannot be 12 in any way. You cannot be 12 in here. You must get out of this area. Rules 3.
And then rule 3, don't at everyone or don't at everything, or there's multiple. I put mine to where it's like very, there's no like, but yeah. Mine is don't at everyone, people, or groups unless they are recently speaking in chat. And roles must be accepted to being messaged. And if you need to for a good reason, ask me and I'll mass ping for you. So if you wanted me to at everyone, which I don't at everyone, I'm never going to do that. I only at everyone when it's like a hacking thing or something. So out of all my announcements, so I have at announcements. In order to see at announcements, you have to agree to see at announcements. So that's like a quarter of the people in the server. Not everyone wants to see announcements. So I'm not. But when there was the server safety thing, because there's people on Discord trying to give Nitro, then I added to everyone that.
Let's see.
Yeah, there's still Discord Nitro spam bots spreading around. So as a general warning, especially to newer users, please do not click on any suspicious links, especially if they contain typos. I feel attacked because I make a lot of typos. If you see any of these links being posted, please at me and I will ban. And that's the only time I've at everyone in like 7 months. And the first time I added everyone was when I accidentally was talking about not wanting to at everyone.
Oh, I see.
Because on Discord I said I don't want to at everyone
And you
because
added
that would be
at that moment.
rude. And then everyone's like, "Well, you just did."
You're calling? Wow, what's the problem, bro? No, you know, I really don't care about people adding everyone. Maybe
Yeah,
just
but
do spam the ad. But
there are people that might have like do not disturb on, but they will allow ats to go through. So that's yeah. And then the whole don't at anyone unless they're recently talking. So if somebody's in the middle of talking in chat, they just said something, and then you at them right then and there, I'm not going to have a problem. You go and at somebody that hasn't talked in our server for months,
7
just
years.
randomly. Hey, come on, don't do that. That's kind of messed up. You only added one person, so that's not a problem. If I see somebody start adding a list of everyone so that they can get around the at everyone, but they spend all their time trying to do that, well, then I'm going to ban them, and they took a lot of effort to do this thing that caused them to be banned.
Yes.
Because that is the only way around my at everyone and at I have another thing that causes it to where it's harder to at a multiple people.
Yeah, it's also that you don't have an everyone in there. You changed it. So.
Yeah. I changed what everyone is.
And not only that, you cannot add that everyone either.
Mhm.
Now the two rules, Discord silence. Don't be 12 and don't spam the ad. Before I changed it to spam the ad because I said don't add and I just added everyone a lot of times.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Here, I'm going to delete that.
Oh no, that must be kept. It's you've been
No,
watched. You're
no.
being observed.
I want to reply or do a
Reaction.
an reaction. I didn't want to add something on there.
Oh, I see.
And then you can get rid of reactions easily. And then if you add another rule, you don't want to have a bunch of. That's the other thing. You might want to change it to where you edit rule number 1 to have those in it instead of having because then everyone on the server can start doing this. You see what I mean?
Yeah. I
And
think
then
that's funny. I already think
yes. Don't be 12. What should be the reaction to don't be 12? This? Oh.
There you go.
Is that the appropriate reaction? Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. That's a little far there.
There we go. We have a better one. You know, we have paint. Hi, Sophie.
Mine is a little bad, but then you added that. I'm like, whoa.
Okay, let me add how it's needed now. What's cucumbers in this?
The cucumber.
Where's the eggplant?
Eggplant. There we go.
Where's the eggplant?
And then water splashing.
Yeah, exactly.
Ah, Jesus, this is weird.
This is how you know it's not a server for 12-year-olds, you know? That's how you know. Oh, you added this splash, and sometimes there's 2 splash.
I added it before you could.
Oh, how dare you?
There, I removed mine.
No. Just leave it there. I
already did.
The other one.
I don't want to be part of this cum symbol, eggplant symbol, and water sweat drops at Don't Be 12.
Okay, listen,
that-
it is a necessity.
It is a necessity.
Yeah, it is a necessity.
Oh, of course, Thicky got this character.
Oh, God. Okay, it's all fine. Yeah, of course, Tiki, you got that one.
She's a little booba there. And the name of this anime I do not recognize. I wonder.
Actually,
Images. It is 100% hentai, and
we all know that.
everybody's wearing the same swimsuit as she is in that video, in that picture.
You know, there's only one swimsuit for all the persons in there. Mostly done. There we go. We have the rules. Well, I wanted the Discord guidelines to be after that.
Oh wow, Darkest got Toriel.
Yeah, that guy's got Toriel. He was lucky.
Yeah. Oh man.
What I got? I think I got some other actually.
Wait,
Oh, yeah,
somebody you just got Hatsune Miku?
no, that's the real Miku. It says Hashune Miku from.
Oh, okay.
I think it's like some kind of parody that they made, you know. So it's
Oh, okay.
yeah, I cannot sell it for yeah,
It's not worth a lot.
I don't know how much word is in at W. Yo, the next flame is in 10 minutes. Let's fucking go. Let's go. Roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can roll.
I'm doing that right now. Control copy. Oh, I'm messing up.
Oh, that's the one from the slime, and that's the one from. Okay, you're getting a lot of new known ones,
Yeah.
like the girl from
But
the slime, the Pokemon one. Oh well, that one.
Girls on Panzer.
That's amazing. That's an amazing picture, don't you think? The resolution is just on point.
Let's grab the slime girl.
Hell yeah. They will then ask you, change me this time. Get it.
That's from MGC, so that's a good character to have.
Oh,
She will dissolve you, though. I will tell you that right now.
Yeah, I know
Oh,
about
hell
slimes. Let's take a look.
Yeah, none of the other pictures she has is available because they're all in SFW.
Oh, is there like a setting on the server that makes it to where it won't allow that?
I think people either have to add them and they get like tested or something. But there is something along that lines. Oh, sorry, I'm late. I was changing the oil in my truck.
Don't worry.
It's all good. I need to do that at some point. I've just been adding oil instead of changing the oil.
I don't think that's a good
Oh god.
No,
I mean, it works as long as it's an older truck.
It's an older. So actually, it's not that it's older. It's that there's a hole in my case to where I can touch my timing chain.
Oh god.
Like, it's near the bottom, and it's not in a way. So the harmonic balancer is completely spinning and in the way. So there isn't like a direct dust and dirt input if it's running. And I try to avoid situations where I'm like driving right behind somebody's dusty trail, but and then oil splashes out of it slowly to the point where between oil changes, I need to fill 1 quart.
Okay.
So
Not
that's
too bad.
That's like a normal old. That's a normal old truck.
Old truck, yeah.
I fix it, then it's not going to leak that much whatsoever.
And that's a good thing, isn't it?
it's a good thing in that it makes me check my oil more because I know there's a problem. Whereas people who don't know there's a problem don't check their oil, and then
Until
their
they
oil
change it and then it's
Okay,
gone. And it's like, ooh.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
good point there.
Yeah, so the same thing with my transmission. My transmission leaks a little bit to the point where actually before my transmission dipstick says it's too low, I get a little bit of a slip in the transmission. So I know, oh, okay, when I take a left turn, not right turns, when I take a hard left turn, I feel a little bit of a slip. When it starts, it gets worse and worse to where if it's at the mark where it says you need a refill, it's so noticeable. I'm like, why is there even a mark? My car is barely drivable doing left turns. Yeah, it just causes it to slip. It doesn't go into gear. It slips into neutral. When I do a left turn. And
Well, that's a problem.
The fix is the moment it starts slipping like that, one full quart of oil, and 4 months later, I won't have a problem until it slips again. And it's just a tell, and that's it. It doesn't. I don't like to pull in front of other cars, like to do a left turn like crazy.
We will change
anyway.
your tablet times to be allowed to play while you're up there. Almost worried about giving you a bath tonight.
But yeah,
We'll see. Go.
It's not so much of a problem that it causes me to not drive properly whenever it happens.
Yeah.
I was saying I don't like to turn in front of people, like to try to slip past. I always give myself way more than enough time to turn. Because I don't feel like getting in a car crash, so
Hell no.
Yeah.
I'll sit there for an extra go around just to make sure I can make the turn safely.
Yeah,
I've got all the time in the world for this.
Yeah. Even if there's people behind me, I don't care. You could crash into somebody if you want.
They can hold on, and then they can make this fast deal if they want to.
Maybe they will want to crash to you.
No. But yeah.
Let me get logged in real quick. There we go. Let's see what day I'm up to.
Hi. Now that you're here, Darkest, we're glad to have you.
Thank you.
I was gonna
It's fun to be here.
topics of the day.
Yeah.
As I told you last week, we were only gonna have one topic today, but it's because it's an extensive one. It's not like, oh yeah, what are your thoughts on, I don't know, cheesecake? No, it's like a big topic. So we're gonna have a lot of things going on from that topic.
Okay.
I'll tell everything in a moment. I'm just waiting 4 minutes. It's totally
All right. I think another brought up topic that I was talking about before. Oh.
We're gonna hear.
I just heard Darkus say "uh-oh."
Yeah. No, I'm trying to log into War Thunder and it suddenly gave me an issue.
Oh, I wonder if that has never happened where War Thunder happens to be not running when you try to log in.
Yeah, no, it's never done that to me. This time it gave me a server error.
Yeah.
But I got logged in. I'm at day 2073.
But yeah, I wonder what would happen on a day like that, because that might be that might be your reason for not being able to get in one day, is that the servers are down or something.
I would legitimately just stop playing.
Oh.
I've got 2,588 hours in the game, and I would just I'm done. It's like I got so many days logged in a row. That was the thing. I kind of made an idea in my brain. It's like if I ever miss a day, I'm just gonna stop.
But what if it's 100% not your fault?
I would still stop because it's like, okay, it happened. I'm stopping, and I probably wouldn't stop forever, but I wouldn't then continuously try to log in every day again in a row like that.
Okay, I could see that. So the same thing kind of happened to me with wet gens. So I logged in every day, and I got that thing every day to the point where I became one of the fastest people in the server to go up to the level that I got to. And then the one day that I couldn't log in, which is, I think it was during a vacation or something, even though I brought my computer and stuff, I just didn't have access to internet, and I lost one day.
Damn.
And you're just done. It's like,
Yeah.
all right, I'm done for now.
I still did it, but I didn't do it as or as hardcore as I tried to, and then I totally stopped when I noticed there's just a lot of people not logging in and doing it. So that's when I kind of fully stopped doing it.
Yeah, and I mean, you only have to worry about what 4,000 cookies per roll per day. So that's, what was it, 20,000 I think total.
Yes, 20,000, and I was able to easily have that all the time because
you could just hold on to it and then invest it in everything else.
I always had a character logged in, like almost 24/7. That was part of it that helped.
Hold on, let's see how much money I've lost in the vesting.
Yeah.
Wet gens.
I don't think vesting works anymore because
It does, but
because the server that it pulled information from, the commands no longer worked. So it nothing changed except for USD or something like that.
I've lost, because I'm pretty sure it's the same amount each time. I've lost 355,468 cookies.
That still was like
GPD.
That's still like a nothing amount of cookies because of poker. Remember how?
Oh my god, it's so broken.
I was always defeating poker utterly and completely.
Must be Canty.
Yo, I got the cowgirl from Monster Musume.
Nice. Which cow one?
What I got
Fufu.
To get Liren.
Oh, you need to pick that guy up.
Yeah, pick Liren.
Cathal.
Yeah.
Oh, she's like the quiet one. Just got the giant rack.
You can take her.
Who are you talking about with the giant rack?
Oh,
the cat girl. Oh, okay.
She's a cow.
I was looking at.
I can grab her.
I was looking at Kafufu, and I was like, "There is no rack on that."
No, it's flat. It's Guro flat.
Guro is like a piece of wood.
Bored.
Okay, now I'm going to do mine. Oh,
Wait.
if you could do the rest of
Open
your
Open his mind.
Ooh, pony.
I'm not into ponies. I'm sorry.
Screw you.
Go sell it.
I'll do mine real quick.
Yeah, ENA.
Yes.
Yeah, you know what's ENA, right?
Idolmaster. I are some of the Idolmaster girls up there?
I don't think so. I
don't
think they're all
think so.
kind of low.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's
You'd be better off with Cerberus there.
Cerberus. Well, I still have
Yours?
my
Yeah,
own.
go for yours. Let's see what you got.
Yeah, I thought Idolmaster was a bit more
It is, but there's so many of them, I think, is the problem.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, that would make
So
sense.
So much variety.
I don't know who that is. Who is this? You
Oh,
got
please
somebody in your
connect.
chat.
Hell yeah.
WWE.
Oh my god.
Oh
you got all-
my!
Hell yeah.
I'm getting
Nice.
that.
I got Toriel.
Yeah, I saw. I just saw.
I got Goat Mom. I was like, yeah. I'm surprised that she's not higher up in the ranking, honestly.
Yeah, not too many people with.
Yeah, Toriel should be here. Where is Toriel? Put her up.
Hold on. Let me just go down here. Oh, somebody missed Miku.
That's the wrong Miku.
Yeah, it's the wrong Miko, and I got that one. There's so many characters here.
There we go. Yeah, she's not as high as you think. She is high,
Yeah,
but not.
she should. No,
She should be
way
under
higher.
1,000, I think.
That should be
Yeah.
way higher.
I've picked up characters that I'm like, I have no idea who this is. Why is she this popular?
The funny
think-
thing
I
is
think what
like there's
happened
a
is
bunch
that-
of other characters where I'd find them, and they'd have like some of the NSFW artwork put in.
Oh.
She has none of it.
So I would understand if Alfie's was at that level. Alfie's is still pretty low.
Yeah.
I think what happened in tutorial is not that new. to the whole mommy thing happening at the moment. So that's
Yeah.
why
Oh,
she's not.
so that image that you have right now, number 6, I have that on Steam
Oh, nice.
from it's a card. Yeah, Steam card. I have the Steam card that came from.
Yeah.
Who has burger
Nice.
pants? Let me check. Who has burger pants in there? That's the,
Did you say burger pants?
Yeah, that's the guy with the. I was not depression. No, it's the guy with.
It's the one that has the depression and works at the burger joint
that
all
one.
the time and loves.
Oh, okay,
is
so-
in love with the cat.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. That's not
Aki
Oh,
belongs
I always
to
thought
Aki.
I always thought that was a dog or a bear. That's
I don't
a
know
cat.
what it is. I don't know
think
what
it's
it is.
No,
supposed to be
so
a cat.
in this image right here, it totally looks like a cat.
Yeah.
But his actual image in the game makes him look like a bear or something else.
Yeah,
weird.
he changes so much though. I just like how he got the name Burger Pants. He tripped and all the burgers went everywhere.
This
Or
guy
he
met-
just his poop is like ground meat.
Oh my
Yes, this. Oh no, this is a what do you call it? A GIF. Look
Yeah,
at he's
I
being.
saw it.
He's being attacked by the moth.
He's attacking you with the mobs.
Oh wait,
I gotta-
so
I got a HoloLive character recently, but I don't
I saw that
recognize her
one.
quite. She's like a obscure one, even
oh,
though
that's wrong.
even though
Drag
she's
the roll
obscure,
back
she's
time.
up high just because it says.
You
Oh,
all
yeah,
His
have
Sans
alloy.
higher than
I would.
Tutorial.
I could see that.
That's-
I think
yeah,
girls like
the
Sans too.
most-
On top
the
of
most
guys.
known character.
yeah, I guess so. Oh, wait a second. Hold on. Where's my phone? Okay, I'm gonna post in. Oh, what's this?
Did we find out who's the highest guy in the list?
I think it's
don't
like
remember.
Luffy or something.
No,
Oh,
we have
yeah,
to
yeah,
read
yeah,
it
yeah.
down.
Luffy's real high up there.
Oh, welcome here, little man. 100.
Let's see here.
Sans
Discord.
is more liked than claimed.
Oh,
Or is that a
mean-
generality with all? Oh no. So
I don't
example.
know because all of them change.
Example is Everyman. A bunch of people claim him because he's in Undertale. Nobody knows him enough to like him. So see
yeah,
how
I see.
he's
Yeah.
his like rank is like abysmal.
yeah. But his claim rank is.
And then for some reason more people like Burger Pants than claim him. And
I think more
that's
people want him than can get him is the
Yeah.
issue.
And then
Oh,
Toriel. Toriel's
Well,
another is an
yeah.
example. More people like her than claim her. Oh, I've seen. Oh, wait a minute. I haven't seen this. What the hell?
Sans, I think I'm ready to take this further. If you are, I don't have genitals. There's literally nothing going on down there.
He could have said. He could have said, "I have a bone here."
Well, that's the problem. Everybody expected it, and then it's just like nothing. It's like,
Yeah.
she's all frustrated. Great.
Sexually frustrated.
hmm
But then I've seen some where it's like they're all lovey-dovey looking next to each other, and then they have like half Sans, half goat-looking babies or
yeah.
something.
Oh god.
It's like what?
Yeah. It's not nice. It's like, okay, it's fine, but it's like,
I think Sans would totally crack a funny joke instead of saying it like that.
Oh, he would. He would say it would be something about a boner, but then it's just like his leg bone. And there's nothing there. It's like, oh no.
wait, what's the highest guy? I think it was Luffy.
Luffy, but I would guess Luffy is one
high
of
up
them.
there. Yeah.
Oh, yes, he's high.
They should have like a top 10, or you could go like
like 17 rank, so he's high up there.
up 1,000. No result. What? Why would? It looks like there's it's a command, but it.
There you go.
Oh, top 100. Well, it starts at the bottom of the list.
No, somebody
okay.
clicked a button.
Oh, okay. Rem. Where's the first guy?
Who
Rimori,
is my
Saber, Chika, Miku, Amelia, Shinobu.
I mean, Saber is technically a god. Saber has
Go back. Oh,
Is Saber? Hold on.
there's Saber
Shino-
at the end. Saber has a-
Shinobu? Oh, no.
Maybe
I think all these are female names. Yeah, Saber's a female.
Saber's,
has a-
Saber's a girl.
Yeah.
No.
I say, we have the longer actual lore.
What?
Yeah.
What about? Oh, I couldn't quite. You went muffled completely.
She has
for
a longer.
while.
She has a boner now.
There's other characters in the Fate series that have been confirmed that way. I don't think this is one of them.
Yeah, they confirm it.
I mean, there's Bongo Cat.
What?
I would assume Bongo Cat is a boy.
No.
Hold on. Why is it so high up
Why
there?
is Bongo Cat higher than Mika? And
Because people really like Bongo Cat.
It's
apparently.
unisex. It's either
Yeah.
or.
So it's
No,
a
it's a Bongo
Goyo.
Boy.
So
Bongo
I
Boy
mean-
+2.
I guess it's a Goyo being higher. Damn.
What about Kirby?
Kirby? Kirby
there's,
is.
there's Levi.
Oh, there he is. Okay, so Levi is the highest boy.
No, Goyo
Like
is highest
actual.
boy.
Yeah,
Who
Gojo.
is?
Satoru
Gojo.
at 20.
Yeah,
I don't know who that is.
Oh,
Hold on, I'm pulling him up.
Yeah, pulling him up. Look at
There you
Megumi. Let's
Oh,
Yeah.
well, okay, yeah. I have yet to watch the show, but
Oh,
yeah.
I want to. What I see of it, it looks good.
I'm the one that
And-
has Shinobu, right?
Wait,
so that
there's
means I am the
Hanji.
one the highest.
Kind of. There's Hanji.
This show has been out for less than a year, and they're already this high in the show.
Yeah, Hanji.
Yeah.
Hanji's.
Wait a minute.
Hanji is
This is-
male.
This is
female.
a girl.
No, Hanji
in
is
the-
one of those like in betweens.
Yeah.
Like constantly.
In the manga, they give her boobs.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
In the anime,
Yeah,
but not in the
In the
manga,
anime, they made her more girly, but in the manga, it's like really
in the middle.
Oh, okay.
ambiguous.
Yeah, they do that very much so in the mangas. They know how to do androgyny better. I don't know.
Yeah.
Plus, since they can swap between the words that they refer to themselves so often. That's how
Yeah.
they do it so much better in the manga a lot of the time because you can draw them
You
a lot
can't-
less.
And you can't do it in English that way. You know.
Yeah, you can't because there's no gender
Okay.
terms. Yeah, because see,
Oh,
like
let me see
this,
another
he doesn't. It doesn't look like a girl or a boy. Really, it looks kind of.
You're right. Yeah.
And even in the deal,
This
like
one
the
too.
manga, they
So
never.
anything that's from the manga, look at this one. Totally, that is from the anime. It looks
Yeah.
like a girl.
Yeah, manga
That's
is like-
manga androgynous.
Yeah,
That kind of. Well, this
that's
is
from the
kinda
manga
in-
also.
Fan, yeah, I was about to say that's kind of fan art.
Yeah, that's fan
This totally
arty.
almost looks like a guy.
If I remember right, Levi calls him by boy names all the time, like boy acronyms or whatever it is.
Okay. Yeah,
But,
I
like,
never knew
almost
about
everybody
that with
else
this
does.
character.
Yeah, see, that looks like a boy.
So the example is I'm watching that. I keep on messing up the name of that anime because I don't care that much. Somebody has dysfunction of speaking, whatever.
Oh yeah, Kami-san.
Kami-san, yeah. So the pink-haired guy,
Yeah, the boy.
girl,
Yeah,
they keep on saying she in the anime, whereas he kept on saying Boku or the other thing back and forth.
yeah. The thing is Tadano, the main character,
Yeah.
they went to school together as
Mhm.
kids, and it is a boy.
Yeah.
It just decided to wear girl clothes now for
But
whatever the hell reason.
Even though in the anime he is saying a boy pronoun to him,
Hmm.
the translation says she. Always
Yeah.
says she. It's like
Yeah, in English they don't fuck around. They just choose one and that's it. And it's
Yeah.
like, no, that's the problem where they had because that's why they had the cousins that wanted to fuck each other in what was the show? Sailor Moon. There we go. Sailor Moon.
Oh yes, yeah. That,
Back in the 90s, because they were actually like lesbians, and
Yeah.
whenever they brought it to America, they're like, lesbians are no go away.
Well,
They became cousins, but they didn't change enough of the information going in.
It's like, what is wrong? Why are these cousins doing this with each other?
What is going on? He's like, don't worry, they're from Alabama. Don't worry about it. Just go down.
And then another one is so I never knew about how horribly they edited card captors. And
Oh, God.
they removed so much from it. And then even when you found the because it was voice acted by, so if it's the English voice acting from America, or no, the English the American what do you call it when they do this to anime?
Dub?
Not dub. They call it localization. When the American localization, they removed so much. They redubbed a little bit of it, and so you could hear a difference between the Australian version, because they used the Australian version, but they redubbed a bunch of stuff, and it was weird. Well, the Australian version, they dubbed everything except for a couple scenes that they just refused to dub it. They kept it in the show. They just had no audio, and they just had subtitles.
And that was it.
It was when the, I'm gonna call them, the little boy and the little girl were talking about how much they liked the angel-looking boy.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't like the idea of these kids talking about how much they like an adult. Well, adult. He was 16, 17. Yeah, that's a little weird. 9-year-olds liking a 16 or 17-year-old. They refused to dub it, but they kept it in.
Oh, God. Like, we're just gonna not say what they're saying. We're just gonna keep the visuals though, because it's okay. Like, no, change it all.
Well, in the end, the two characters liked each other more than that character, but just the idea was something they didn't want to release. But now they're exploring that idea all over the place in public schools. So
with everything.
Yeah.
And it's like, why? Oh, who's Nova, by the way?
Nova's an Apex player from Thicky's server.
Novi. Okay.
Yeah.
Nova. What did Coffee change his name to? Did he change it to Nova? And then this is Nove.
Coffee is Coffee.
Is Coffee still Coffee in the game? Because I thought he changed his in-game.
In game, I don't know. Nova is sometimes called Chocolate Poopy Pants, or V Nova, or they're making multiple accounts. But I know them in here just as Nova. I think it's Chocolate Poopy Pants. Funny thing is, he puts TTV in front of these alt accounts, even though he doesn't have a Twitch account for them.
He just fucks with people. That's great.
Yeah. And then sometimes I don't understand why. So because I'm just sitting in there doing other things while watching Thick play while he's streaming. Mm-hmm. People will come in and say like KYS.
Kill yourself.
Yeah, but I didn't know what that meant. I just went happy face and I waved. I'm like, hello there. How are you doing? And then they're like, why are you talking to him? I'm like, because they said kill yourself. I'm like, oh okay. So
that's gonna be bombed.
They're not expressly being mean, so I'm not gonna ban unless they actually said kill yourself. Then I would have banned them right there on the spot.
Yeah.
KYS. That means nothing to me, so I'm not going to react to it. That, and it's almost funnier that I didn't. I'm like, they're like, kill yourself. Oh, hello there, friend. How are you? I'm basically doing what's the robot's name?
Reg?
No, the robot in well, yes, Reg. The robot in Apex.
Oh, you're doing Pathfinder.
Yeah, but when you said Reg, I'm like, well, that's apt because Reg has a grappling capabilities too.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Pathfinder. I was basically doing a Pathfinder. If somebody came up to Pathfinder and said, kill yourself.
That way you're not stinky.
Like, no, I don't want to do that, my friend.
He's just really like optimistically happy about everything. I gotta find his release trailer. I gotta go do some stuff, so I will be back in a little while. Be back
All
though.
right, all right.
Also, once the deal gets in, once we get going with the actual topic, then I'll be here for sure, I think. So I'll see you.
All right, all right. Little Matt 100. Oh, sorry, I did not see. Oh, and we have Suscreech in here too. Nice. I haven't been paying attention to the chat whatsoever. Are you still here, Nexodus? Or am I now
I
alone?
just came here for a moment, but yeah, I didn't go do some things. Oh,
Oh, no, it's all good. I think oh, yeah, so... Oh, yeah, we haven't found a topic yet, but I can still talk about certain things. But I need to think about it.
oh, you cannot hear me. I have the topic, but
Oh. Okay.
you were not able to hear me because I'm really mine
Mm.
right now. So I'll tell you. You know, the topic is furries. Let's get there. I'll be right back.
All right, all right. I will try to find something to talk about that isn't, or most likely not in the topic. I should have a list of things in case something like this just happens. But I don't, so I'll need to find something quick. That, and I have no control, because that would be... Oh, wow. Yeah, no, I have nothing. I'm sorry. My brain is mush. I'll keep on looking while reacting to maybe what were you saying? Okay. Yeah, I should have some of my own topics to have when something like dead air happens, so I don't. Yeah, I know. It's just I can't think of anything to talk about randomly. Normally, if you give me something and I start going off, and I could go off for an hour, but that's why I should. Beer as a topic. We've talked about that already, but I want to make. I don't want to make my own beer because that's kind of overdone and it's a bitter drink and everything like that. The thing that I want to make is mead. I eventually want to make my own mead. I happen to have like all the materials. I just need to collect it all, get a sterile location to clean things, because you need to be really clean before you make it, because you destroy your ingredients if a bacteria or a yeast that shouldn't get into it gets into it, and it will make it taste bad. But yeah, the thing I'm gonna want to make is mead, which is honey wine. And so example is within reach, my left on the ground directly under my chair, I have 2 liters of honey that I bought from somebody who brought it over from Mexico. So wild honey. Well, it's not like honey can rot. That's another cool thing. This honey will be good for 30, 40, 50 years. And along with all the ingredients and stuff that I have to make mead. The big problem is space. I don't have a good large location to set this up. What about a local chemistry lab? All right. Yeah, I want to build my own lab because I do experiments quite often, but I don't have the space to complete or do a bunch with it, you know? But yeah, that, and I want to have a bunch of fish tanks because I really like keeping fish. Yes, koi fish, and I released them into the pond. So now there's 9 of them, and they're a lot happier because when there's only like 3 of your friends around or 3 of the same animal around, they're hiding and they're scared and all that. But now that there's 9 of them, they'll get closer to me. They'll swim around a lot faster and a lot more confidently because there's a larger group of them. They feel, oh, hey, there's a bunch of us. There's nothing wrong happening. There's only 2 of them. They're like, what happened to all the rest? Why are we alone? You know? Mm-hmm. Brace yourselves.
Are we bracing ourselves for the riots that are coming up?
That's the exact meme I was looking at. How did you know?
I don't know. It's the only thing that's going to be trending for the next 3 days.
I will send you the exact thing that I was reading the moment I said that.
Oh God, I got 12 notifications. Okay, most of them for War Thunder. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not guilty, so somebody's gonna go burn something down somewhere.
Yeah. But yeah, so I'm just looking through Imgur for a topic, but I just read that because I was like, oh, yeah. It is surprisingly quiet here because this is the place that I go to see, oh, what's the other complaint on the other side. But now, oh. Well, I can't talk about this, but I could send you this image. And
there's a cat in our room.
That would be a cool thing we can maybe do at some point. Copy is a shared capability of sending things. Oh, okay, yeah, they can. So if something happens like this where Nexodus needs to step away, I should share my screen. Nexodus puts my shared screen in the middle, so then I could show images and stuff like that in the middle.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. That'd work.
Oh
God.
But I'm not going to put that in the shared screen. But I just saw that. I'm like, oh
my God.
Oh, okay.
All right, I'll be right back again.
All right.
Bathtubs. All right.
Oh, maybe I can do my ask that I did on my Discord. I'll do it here. Memes. What do people here think about humitars? Here, I'll post the images here of this style, and then the other one is more like there's the centaur, and then there's the minotaur. Centaur. Oh, there's tar at the end of both of them, so they'd both be just humitars. But here's the other image. What do you guys think of those? Now, this is an open-ended question with nobody to answer, really. But yeah, I haven't found a good subject that I can go off on like I was with beer or mead. Oh. I am still looking. Okay, here's a funny one. Man born on 4/20/69, 1969. His first name to nice. Why'd he wait until now to change his name, though? But yeah, 4/20/69. Actually, this is funny. I'm saving it. Oh no, I have a Borky dog behind me. Oh, here's a meme that I just saw. Man jailed after throwing a beer at a bartender for changing Black Sabbath to Christmas music. And his face is the face that should be appropriate for that situation. I was talking about how we'll think of humitars and yeah. What do you think about those humitars? You don't like them? Okay, out of the two, which one do you like the most? Well, they're both humitar, but which one? The horse one, okay. Not the minotaur humitar. What would be an appropriate name for... So a humitar would be the centaur one, but you could also call a minotaur a humitar. Or would it be a minahuman? Minahuman and a humitar. Minahumitar. Unless the mina or mina means something to do with cattle, and that's why they call it a minotaur. I don't know. But yeah, he went to do something. Okay, and the topic: furries. Everything. So like dogs, cats, fish, 100% furry, 2% furry. Well, because every animal exists as 100% furry. And so everybody says, "Oh, I'm not a furry. I hate furries." I'm like, "Do you like cat ears on a girl?" Yeah. Do you like a cat tail on a girl? Yeah. Do you like paws on a girl? No. Okay, so you're like 15 to 20% furry. Yeah, I same. I like that cat ears, cat tail, maybe fur on the body, but I don't like the weird. You've seen the paws where they have like paws and maybe the feet of a cat. No, that's a little weird. That's where it starts crossing the line. Like kitten. Here I'm looking for a specific image. There's an image that shows the percentages of furriness with the changes on the the furry scale. Furry scale. Oh yeah, the furry scale chart. Now somebody arbitrarily put their own line on it, but yeah, mine is kind of in line with their line. Here, I'll send this one, but I want to find. There's another one that is more gradient, and then there's some mixing and matching that you can do. That I put it in the so you could have something like, so there's the colored skin and showing fur. I can move that across the line and leave behind the paws and nose and face kind of thing, you know? You can, oh, the difference between Neko and Borderline is that she has paws. Her hands, her nose, and her feet are furry. Like they have claws, and they have instead of 4 fingers or 5 fingers, they have 4 fingers that are padded. She can't grab things correctly. Like has a cat paw. Yeah, and the pretty furry doesn't have the paws. I'm like, okay, I would put the pretty furry. That's where I would put it over the line on the other side, because she doesn't have the paws. But you could have, yeah, because then, yeah. More human than animal. Yeah. And then there's an inaccuracy here. So a female cat like this, once it starts going to more furry, they're going to need to put more bras on her. She would have like 4 bras for all of the boobs, because they have more boobs. But they never draw cats or other animals with multiple breasts. But it would make more sense, because there are people who like the spot where it says furry, but that at that location, at that furriness, if you went to the physicalness scale, she'd have multiple tits. Like nobody adds it. It would. Here's another furriness scale. This one's a meme one. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Dangerously furry. Mm-hmm.
Why are we discussing furries?
Yes, that apparently was the topic, and then
Okay.
I started bringing up the furriness scale.
Cat still a furry.
Yeah, and then I started saying, why does nobody depict furries like once they start getting to like maximum furry? Why don't they start doing this? I sent a picture.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that one.
Yeah, but they should start. Logically, that would be the next step, or not the next step. That would be the step before it getting dangerously furry. But they
Yeah.
never go there. They never go there.
Hold on.
Two mess.
Oh, damn it. I always forget. Okay, I'll send it to the plate.
Oh, I have the. I
Wait.
forgot I have the capability to send, but most people don't.
Yeah. Oh, that's not the plate at all.
You sent it to the wrong one. Imagine sending the stuff
Hola.
we send to
Yeah.
like some random
Who's
person's website.
Hola,
Hola.
Hello.
hola. Ya sé, me compré Un más por. Es más largo que toda la mesa. Dale. Chao.
Hmm? Oh no, I've got more of those.
I'm still watching the Sonic one. Oh no.
Let's see. The
Oh,
furry.
he throws Rose at him.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
that's
would
where I'm
say-
gonna stop the video.
I'd say borderline is still within reasonable,
Yeah.
but pretty. Once it goes pretty furry, it's gone.
So
It's gone.
so my argument. The other thing is that the gradient they need to have like a 3-dimensional like graph kind of like thing, because I would put just the body color and fur over the furry line, but I wouldn't allow the change of like them having a paws and nose and feet of the animal. That
Mhm.
I wouldn't accept that. But body color, okay, that doesn't change that much.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, if the body color is the same, but the rest of the but there's no fur, just the skin color. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, you
and
could do that.
and body fur. That too. I'm hey, there are humans that are furrier than some
That is
animals.
true.
So yeah. So you don't have to have that to be. That's why I accept that moving over the line, but not taking the pause with it. And there's other things. Okay, what if what if the person has no body fur, they have the paws, the face, but they don't have the ears or the tail?
Ooh, yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, that's just weird. Even though the paws, they're human looking flesh animal paws.
Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah, see?
That goes in the bad. That goes in the monster category all of a sudden.
Yeah, that goes into its third and its own thing. Okay.
It goes into SCP
Yes.
Foundation territory. Along with my tank.
Oh yeah, that tank.
516 or
I
whatever.
was thinking that you were gonna post one of those like I forgot the name of the ones that are the battleship ones. I thought it was gonna be something like
Kantai
that.
collection. No, it was just straight. It's straight.
It's
up a tank.
just straight up a tank. What is it? Is it a female sentience or a male sentience? Or what?
They don't know. They can't tell.
Oh, because
it's
it
like
can't speak.
516.
Can it only speak by shooting its gun
No,
off or something?
The thing is that there's no communication between it and everything else. The only thing it will do is find, identify, and engage enemy targets. So something that will like harm it. So one of the things was they had one of their D-class personnel go out there with a rocket launcher without a rocket in it, pointed at the tank, and the tank did nothing. They had another one go out there with the same rocket launcher, but had a rocket in it, and it shot the person into a million pieces with the main cannon.
So this thing has precognizance?
Yes, it's a sentient tank.
It's
Hold on,
sentient.
I'll find. Yeah.
Not only sentient, it's precognizant, because how does it know that there's something inside it? You see what I mean? Unless it's something evident, like
the
very
tank
obvious.
can do all this on its own.
Yeah, I know. No, I'm saying that it can look into the future, or it knows things that shouldn't know pre.
No, because they tried doing something where they took the there's this one. They tried doing it where like the person was coming around the corner, and the tank did not react until the person was within line of like eyesight. So the tank has
Okay.
to identify it within certain like distances.
Yeah, I know. Well, and then that also makes. Here's another question. It is kind of precognizance because the tank doesn't have sensors on it for this kind of situation
Right.
either.
But it's an SCP
So
thing,
it-
so it's like it
yeah,
just does its own thing.
It has because. Yeah, what do you call it when you have like a sixth sense? Isn't it called precognizance, or what do you call it when you?
Something like that. I mean, there's like clairvoyance, but it's a bit more.
But
future sight
the tanks one is limited to it has to physically look at the object to know, or physically look at the subject to know it's a threat, and it only knows it's a threat through like magical precognizance.
I've been muted this whole time. I just noticed.
No, you're not. I can hear.
No,
Oh,
we've been hearing you.
No, I mean on the stream.
oh.
Oh, the
okay.
stream.
Well,
Oh, so we heard you, but nobody else did.
well,
um,
that happens.
Well, huh? Were we
Also-
muted, or was it only you?
I was the only one muted. I saw how the desktop audio was moving. I was like, oh, what's my mic audio not moving all of a sudden? I started talking. And I was like, wait, oh, I'm muted.
Oh wow. So looking up furry scale on DuckDuckGo, and I got Cockwaffle's picture. Now,
Oh my god.
did somebody else make this, or did
Yeah. No, that one's an old one. That's a joke thing.
I thought he made that. Okay.
No. That's an old. I mean, he could have made it, I guess, but it's an old meme from like 2009, I think. I mean, they've adjusted it since then. I always loved that his characters, like his picture was what his password was. So you just had to figure out what the picture was, and it always had something to do with drugs.
Oh, okay then.
Well, that's
So were you able to guess and go into
because
his thing a couple
hold on,
times?
crystal meth.
Did you just log in as him?
No.
His name is Crystal Meth now.
No. So you know Crystal from Star Fox?
Yes.
Yeah.
There was one time, for a long time, he had the picture and he had changed it after somebody else had gotten into his account. I think it was like Fish or something, or Cam. But he had changed it and it was Crystal, but it was Crystal smoking something, right? And they're like, it's always whatever the deal is plus some kind of drug. And I was looking at it, I was like, crystal meth? And he's like, hold on. And he logged in as it. And I was like, oh my God, I've done the wrong thing.
I didn't know Fish hacked into other people's stuff like that.
I don't remember if I think it was Cam, not Fish, but
Because I know with Fish had a lot of people's accounts because they would just freely give their account to him.
yeah.
But
Which
Cam
never
did
made
it
much sense.
because they always
Cam's an asshole.
Yeah, Cam's an asshole. Copied everybody because that was kind of a messed up thing with wet gens. It was easy to mess up,
Mhm.
but yeah.
That was the only thing. He never copied any of my stuff, which I was okay with. I was like, sweet, I'm just gonna be left alone. It's great. I always fucked with like Salty and Fish and Tao.
Wait,
And
you
Bitch.
messed.
No, I'm saying Cam did.
Oh
He'd
yeah,
always
yeah,
like make fake accounts of them, but he never
Mhm.
made one for me. So I was like, sweet,
yeah.
I ain't gotta worry.
It's because
Oh, and what was the other
didn't-
guy's name?
J-Tab? No.
No, not J-Tab. The one that lived in France.
Oh, I don't.
He had a
remember.
Toho name.
Oh, Euclid?
No, not him. The other one. He was blue.
Oh, there's Miku.
No, there's another one.
When I think of blue, I think of Miku.
No, he's the reason that there's the gay bar, because they owned a gay bar
Oh.
in France.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was the joke behind the gay bar.
Yeah, I never knew that. But like nobody would be in the gay bar. They just made it, and then I'd never see people there.
No, the point for the gay bar was you could go in there and you could touch everybody for free. But if you touched people, you healed them. like you'd revive them or whatever. So that was the point of the gay bar, was you could go there, use the healing
I
abilities
never
to heal somebody.
used that.
Really? That it was in
no.
the rules. I remember
I
that.
never used the gay bar. I never heard of it. Never used it.
That was the thing. You had to reserve it for so long, but then you could use all the free healing you wanted. That way, you weren't using up your points to heal a person in the normal area.
Jeez. Huh.
That way, you could like debork them and whatnot.
Yeah, because I would have totally used that with my robots, or not robots, but you know what I mean, AI. Whenever I made my AI that did auto commands and such, it would just I would easily make it to where the AI would grab the person, pull them to gay bar, heal them, pull them back into the other room, vampire them in and out, because I was really good at making it vampire things around.
Yeah.
And
but that was the thing with gay bar. Only humans could go in there, if I remember right, because they're the ones that healed.
Oh, I don't. Okay. You could still pull people to other rooms as not as a vampire there, but you can only
have them follow or something.
Yeah. Oh, command. You could still give commands to somebody after you've turned human, I think. Yeah.
To some, if you gimped them,
I'm here. Welcome. I'm welcome
back.
Myself.
Which I would always pre-gimp all of my AI and then myself, so that it would be harder for somebody to gimp, because I remember you could only be a gimp to one person for a certain amount of time, or something like that. And then
you had up to 24 hours with it, because it reset every day.
Yeah.
You could only gimp them for 24 hours total.
Yeah.
And that was as long as somebody else didn't ungimp them.
Yeah. I remember those times. That was interesting.
As long as Dross didn't have the actual ability to do it, it was okay.
Dross, what Dross did was he would keep the tag and go into rooms, but then we found ways of getting the tag back. And then I found a way to more permanently take the tag and have it in another room. The only thing is that I would need to max protect I forgot the name of it. It's the room that you have to go into the 3D version of Wetgens. You can't enter it unless you're in the 3D version, and you have to do
you're
hide
talking
and
about
seek.
Columbos or whatever?
Yes, Columbo.
Yeah.
You'd have to go into the Columbo room. Then you protect the Columbo room, so nobody could do anything unless they found that room and specifically went there.
They had, because you had to make it, either had to find Columbo and talk to him, or you had to make it all the way through that zombie tag game or whatever it was, Bonk.
Yeah.
The Bunky game.
Yeah. Well, so there's a Columbo that is throughout. Okay, so yeah, that's the other thing. There's two Columbos. There's the tag one, which was the really hard one. And then there's the other Columbo, the actual one that's throughout Wetgens, and you have to find the room that they're secretly in.
Yeah.
So the tag one, you'd have to play that game and beat it in order to get in that room.
Yeah.
And that room can be max protected, so you can't be summoned. You can't be
from it.
You can't be pulled from it. And but then the other thing is, the only thing that still worked for a while was when a person with the name of a cuss tried to bring you out, and it made the system think you cussed.
Yeah, that was right.
Yeah, but then they got rid of that.
If you named yourself Jew, you'd do that.
Yeah, and that was a weird. How the hell did somebody find out that?
I don't know. No, because if you
it's because
there's a command to see what the cuss words are.
Yeah, I know. No, I mean, how did somebody find out that, okay, I made an account. This account is useless because if I say anything, but if I make somebody dance, it makes the system think that that person who danced said the cuss.
Yeah.
And so then they would be kicked eventually.
Yeah. All right, I'll be right back. I'll hold my back a bit. Got it.
What did I miss?
We were talking about wet gens and the system inside there, especially. And the reason why we go to wet gens for some things like furries, there was a lot of furries on wet gens, so
For some all the social media and stuff like that.
yeah. But this was an odd thing at the time because there wasn't furries all over social media at the time that this was happening.
I guess that's true. Yeah, they have escalated over time,
Yeah, this
or at
was like
least they have been made more known over time. You know, one or the
yeah.
other.
Yeah, this was before My Little Pony ever came out and all that other stuff.
So even before the brownies and stuff like that.
Yeah. And yeah.
You know, it's something. You know, at least even though they have been from far back.
Yeah. And then there's some weird thing. So I'm still searching through image searches and things like that because whenever I talk about a subject, I look for more information as I talk about it, and I'm seeing some weird stuff.
Oh, weird.
Just weird. Like, how furry would you count this character to be? I'm about to send
Alrighty.
open image and a new. Here, I'm gonna make it more of a point to send it on the stream, especially when it's PG, so that it people who might be watching can see what we're talking about.
Okay, that's.
The only thing it has is that it doesn't have the ears. It has the ears, the lack of ears of the thing, and it just has the skin and tail.
Yeah, that's.
So it would, by what we've been talking about, it would not cross the furry line, even though it totally looks like it crosses the furry line.
Yeah, it is more of an.
Yeah, but but the example is it doesn't have the paws. It doesn't have the feet of gecko because geckos only have 4 toes.
Oh,
so
I mean, we cannot see the toes, so that's up to us.
On its feet, yeah, we can't see that, but it's wearing regular shoes. Normally, when it has a furry like animal paws, it can't wear human shoes.
I mean, that's true.
So, by technicality, this would not be a furry, even though what makes it that animal is 100% present, except for like one thing. You know?
Yeah, it will make it more of a hybrid of an animal and a human, more than a furry in that case.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there was also something I want to say about the Forest Hill. That remember on the pre it says colored skin showing 4, and then the next one says visibly forest skin. So
yeah,
if it was visibly forest skin but the hand was normal, that wouldn't be cross the furry line, right?
Yeah, so they accidentally, that was a glitch in when they made that. They wanted to have the paws on it while having the skin, I believe.
On the pre-furry one?
Yeah.
That makes sense because it just changes one. Then...
Yeah, it just
removes
them randomly.
You see on the very furry one? Look at the hand. It's different from the usual paw.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
It's more like
they weren't consistent in their way of making that graph.
Yeah, they were not consistent at all.
It's just it became really popular, so nobody changed it, or if somebody changed it, it didn't come in. But yeah, she all of a sudden she has claws, and then now she just has furry hands but no claws, and then it goes to cat paws. You know,
it becomes something different. It becomes like a fusion of the, you know, it has the human hand, but it has like the thickness of a paw. You can see there. It might not have the claws, but they might be retractable or something, you know.
Yeah.
So if the 40 and the 40 chart on if they had those kind of paw, which is more of a comical or animated style than more than a actual human or animal style hand, then would it be considered furry still? Because it's
Mm.
going more into the not comical as in funny, but comical as in series and stuff like that. See,
You want to
this is
see an here? I have another furry scale for you. I'm posting it there.
All right. It's loading. I mean, it okay. I mean, it is. Not gonna lie.
You can't deny.
I cannot deny that's the best for scale. I'm gonna say it must not be comfy at all.
Well, here's the first thing to worry about. It's in a bathroom with like bacteria and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, we'll
It's-
trash all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you see how it says $3? It's in a thrift store. I wouldn't dare touch that if it's been used.
Where
and
does it say $3? I don't see.
It's on the glass. Like, do you see
I
between
see.
the?
I see.
Yeah. Yeah, somebody used permanent marker on the glass or the plastic, whatever that is, to mark $3. And this is in a thrift store. I would not dare touch that thing because it could have the poop dust from years yonder on it.
you will probably just go near it and just instantly die out of radiation.
Yeah.
That would be a funny thing to buy. I will buy it. Not gonna lie. It looks all dirty and disgusting. And
It looks like it's from like the between the 60s and 70s. Yeah.
But I will still buy it. I'm not gonna lie. I just think it's funny. It's really funny. Yeah, it might be dust. That might not be in a forest scale. That might be a radiation meter. That's why it's going up.
Radiation. No, it's not a radiation.
That's why it's going up. You can see it's not any serious and going to 20s. It's on 15 right now. But yeah, it's really funny. Okay, I have a question for you. You
Yes.
see that gecko, right? So if
Yes,
we keep the hands and if we keep the limbs human, like
Mhm.
the very furry one, looking there, would that be considered a furry or not? Because it has the furry, it's furry and everything, fuzzy animal, but it is still human structure. Would it be considered furry?
I don't know. So what are you changing compared to in the gecko? Are you taking away or adding
No.
something? What
Adding
is
to
it?
the gecko, just keep the human limbs as the gecko has,
Uh-huh.
and just change it for the animal. Like kind of for everything, even ears and everything. It will still enter in the not furry category, right? Because it still has human limbs and everything.
Yeah, so the lack of ears on this counts as having like fox ears.
Yeah.
So geckos don't have ears, so if you don't see human ears on it, it counts as if it has gecko ears. So this is in the same part of the scale with the it's the only difference between this and the one in the scale is that it has no paws. Now in the scale, they physically are showing the one with the skin color difference as not having paws, but they intended it to have paws still.
Yeah.
You know, the claws. They didn't say that they removed anything. So that was just a oversight in the creation of that scale.
Yeah, I can see that.
So this is in the area where I said, okay, I would take the skin and move it over the line if that's the only thing added in.
Yeah, that's
Not
true.
not having paws or face of the animal. So Well, wait a minute. This has the face
Yeah,
of a
it has
gecko,
this
though.
face.
Yes. So it's like
But it is more
0.5 there.
it is more comical
So
in there. It is just like
I
right in the middle
okay.
of the line between
Yeah.
furry and not furry.
No, thinking about this would be 0.5% more past the line. It would just pass the line,
Yeah,
but
that's
by
true.
half, because it doesn't have the weird gecko paws and hands and legs. It
Yeah.
just has the gecko face.
And the tail.
Yeah.
You have the gecko
Well,
skin to say like that. It has the
Yeah.
gecko itself, except for it has the human biology, I suppose I could say. It has the human physique.
And then there's a little bit of an overlap. So you know how there's with a let's say a cross between a human and a fox, you can have the skin color of a fox or you can have the fur of the fox. Well, geckos, they don't have scales, so their skin is basically like our skin.
Oh, I see.
So they
More
can
of
have the
just a
color.
human with
They have they can have the color, but they won't have like fur. So there's no way for it to go fur, just color.
Yeah, that's true. Just color, that's all. And from there on, just to change the physique in that case. Okay, but there's another thing, you know. You can say, you say furry as they have forms. As you see, the gecko doesn't count furry. At least this image. But if they're more like, let's say, still has clothing with human clothes. It has the paws and the legs of a gecko. Is it still furry? Because it's not technically an animal with fur.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I don't. Okay, I'll say it doesn't matter. You know, it's all furry now. Just the effect of an animal and a human like variation. That's more like what a furry scale is about. More than just an animal having fur or a human having fur of an animal. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I will not accept that saying that, oh yeah, this is a gecko, so if it were more gecko-like, it will still not be a furry, because just because it doesn't have fur, but it's still just following the same exact what do you call this thing? Same exact method of having a human transform into a more animal-like form and then drawing a line where it's I won't say morally correct. I will say more like where it's morally accepted.
Morally accepted is its intelligence scale. That's something that has to be like found out through like
but if we were
testing.
to that place, we could go like, oh yeah, you see Fennekin, the little fox on Pokemon, they're intelligent as humans, so
Yeah, they are. But then there's another thing is how old they are too.
okay, yeah,
Because we still have a hard line with age, and a lot of I bet there'll be a lot of them that can never even reach the age of being to consent. You know.
okay, but there's something. We know for a fact that evolution in Pokemon is not attached to age, because we have seen some old Pokemons that
I know that one.
So it could be a 100 level Fennekin or whatever. It could be really old, and it will have the intelligence. So does it count as?
Yeah, but then there's the other thing is they.
I don't think it's the intelligence. The intelligence is more on the. Is it right to do this?
That's the other thing. They depict a lot of Pokemon as being like really young, like 2, 3, 4 years old. Yes, there are some old ancient ones that are like 30, but
the ancient fairy ones.
Yeah. But that's ancient for most animals, like a lot of animals. We're
getting to another place now. So if the age will depend on the animal or on the human, or what will be the age actually? Like, will
actual we don't go by cat years. It's actual age. I think there has to be it's always going to be arbitrary, but there always has to be a set hard line. And I believe the way we have our hard set line now here, I think what is it, 18? I think that's a good hard set. This is the age. And then you need to add intelligence in there, which then is something that for interspecies something, because we don't have any situation like this yet, but if it ever comes up, they would have to start testing for intelligence. Okay, when they cross the year of 18, does this species have the mental capacity of being able to consent to?
Yeah, or is it before or is it after?
Yeah. Well,
Or
no, it
how
doesn't
long
matter if
will
it's
you live,
before.
actually?
If it's before, we're still going to keep the arbitrary age because that's just something you have to do. The eight,
I mean, it would be, I mean, if it depended of race, I mean, it will be different. That one can consent at age 16, let's say, but you can consent at 18. So it will be like, oh yeah, I cannot do this. I'm not old enough, you know. But the other one is able to.
I don't know. We may have to find that kind of thing for a different. Instead of let's move from calling it animal. Let's just say an alien. We find an alien species. Yeah. Let's say there's an alien species out there that I just ripped my shirt by accident. Let's say there's an alien species that is it called? They're intelligent, but they never reach the age of 18. I don't think there would be any way for with our laws the way they are and how we
if they never reach the age of maturity for them, then there's no way.
For our laws. Yeah, for them, laws. they can consent with each other as they want.
They're not mature.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing. Same age as there should be like a 2 or 3 year within age group that should like work, you know, like so a 17. Oh, well, it gets iffy at the age of consent. You know what I mean? Yeah. So a 15-year-old with a 14-year-old.
Yeah, 15 and 14 is normal on your difference.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's like really normal, especially in school, stuff like that.
Yeah, this is a weird we went into a weird direction with this conversation.
We're into a good direction. Will it be legal to bang a gecko? That's the topic.
I think so. There's my idea with it is two things. Intelligence, we'd have to find. I don't know. There isn't a hard set thing with intelligence because we don't have an interspecies problem right now. We have an intelligence scale with humans that we're like, yeah, this person is not able to decide for themselves even when they're 30, 40, 50. So they can't consent. But then there's also age, and the age of consent is, let's just say, generally 18 plus.
Yeah, let's just say it.
Yes, there's some states that are 16. There's some states with certain rules that are at 13. But no,
there's certain states where you have to do a side quest in order to reach that.
Side quest. Yes, side quest. Oh, and then I keep on saying states. I'm sorry. I know you don't even live in the United States, but I'm going by.
But I can understand. A state is like a country, but smaller or bigger, actually. But not a country. It works. Okay.
I like the idea of it being at 18 for that situation. They need to be consistent, though. That's the other problem. Like having the age of drinking being 21, but at 18 you can decide to become a soldier and kill yourself in war. That doesn't make sense.
You know, sometimes war before beer.
Yeah, no. It all should be one age. If you want it to be 16, it all has to be 16. If you want it to be 18, it all has to be 18. If you want it to be 21, it all has to be 21. And actually, I'm all up for bringing up the age, because if you're going to go by complete scientific truth, after 25 is when your brain is fully developed. So they could make it to where all these constraints go up to the age of 25.
Yeah,
but drinking?
No, I'm talking about the age of consent. All of them. It has to be. It should be consistent. If you're gonna make it 16, they all have to be 16. Age of consent, age of drinking, age of going to war, age of going to all of them. All of them have to be should be the same age. If you age for voting, if you're going to make it 21, it all has to be 21. You're going to make it for consent, it all has to be the same age. Doing this confusing crap of making certain things available at certain ages, first of all, it's arbitrary. Like the age of consent for or not consent for drinking, the age for drinking is way older than the age for going to war. That doesn't make sense. You can go and kill yourself in war, but you can't go and drink a liquid.
That was one of our biggest complaints whenever I was in the military in the beginning, because I joined at 18. So it's like, I can go die, but God help you if you find me with a beer.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, no, that doesn't make sense. And then they want to bring the age for voting down to like 15. No,
Yeah,
no, they shouldn't.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, but they keep on talking about it because they want more. They want, yeah.
There's
more
somebody
votes?
there's one side that wants votes from less informed people that are more hormonal and easier to control.
Yeah, I can see that.
And I'm all up for it. If they can make a law to where they all are going up, bring it up to 25, the age when your brain has been fully developed. That makes way more sense than any of the arbitrary ones, except for setting it to 18. That makes sense for it all if you wanted to go there. If you're going to bring it to 21, that doesn't quite make sense, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Just 3 years difference.
What? Yeah, but why?
I mean, you can't rent a car until you're 25 anyway.
Yeah, because your brain hasn't fully developed till then, and once the brain is fully developed, if you have the intelligence, you're going to not mess up that car and other things like that. And so, if it makes sense this is a full corporate situation where they would love to rent more cars out. They know that this is the cutoff limit through scientific data. They're not even going by data. If there was no scientific data, it would still be end up setting there because they have enough data points to be like, oh, something happens at 25 that all of the people who rent our cars start not messing them up. Well, we're setting it there. That's one really cool and crazy thing about what do you call the economics of not controlling things?
Free market?
Yeah, the free market. That's one of the cool things about the free market. Scientists end up proving what the free market has already found out, but not said aloud. Like, people don't know why they're doing it, but okay. Well, before they thought about the whole brain developing thing, well, these car companies were not renting out to anybody under 25 way before they directly said it.
Yeah. It was because they figured out, it's like, man, if we do anything below 25, they wreck our cars off. So
but they still want to make money, so you'll still get people who wreck their cars at over 25. But the hump has been so brought over and things so change at that point that it's worth it, because then you're just not renting to humans. You know what I mean?
I mean,
no, or nonstop nut. Hold on. Gotta watch
Wait.
Wait,
Okay. I thought you were saying I haven't done it yet. Time to go. We're chatting here.
No, it's nonstop nut. It's Ayanda.
Yeah, she makes like a video every day or something.
Yeah.
Encouraging people to continue going on. Jeez.
Be right back.
He'll finish his part of the day, you know.
Here, open image. I found it because we're still technically in the.
We're still free topic. We haven't.
Yeah.
That's not the topic we have, but we're not leaving it yet.
But I decided to post an image because I'm still looking up images and information.
The image that you post. Okay, just account. Yeah, that's furry.
That's just enough anthro to make it to where it's kind of human there, but
it only has the hands.
It's in the dangerously furry section of furry.
I will say more. like very for,
Yeah.
but it's animal structured actually.
Yeah. It's gone.
No,
It's
okay, no,
not.
it is furry. It is basically an animal with human traits.
Yeah. An
That's
animal with slight human traits.
like it's intelligence. Well, I
Yeah.
think it's written. They're saying people like mayo ice cream. So I will.
Wait a minute. I thought I saw Akuman in here, but I don't see him in here anymore.
You know, Akuma had to. First of all, Akuma got a new phone. Thank the Lord for that, because her last phone. I don't know if you saw it, but that's horrifying to see. I got scared just from seeing how destroyed it was.
They took. They like cracked the screen or something. But like worse.
She got it into the backpack. One closed one of the one door or something like that. I hit it and broke the screen. So the screen had a black line, but it wasn't only a black line. The black line was almost on the middle of the screen, and it just kept moving. Just kept covering the screen more and more each day that it passed. So that was very scary, and that was very painful to watch, because also the below the screen there was it was glitching all the time. So yeah, Akuma got a new phone, so Akuma was working on it, and also she told me she won't be able to appear because she had to help her sister move. We're moving stuff like that.
Oh, and then there's this. I like these. This is a mixture of kind of a furry graph, but also a graph on what you expect of an anime.
Let's see.
What I watched, what I expect, and what I got.
God.
Oh, so have you ever watched Spice? Have you ever watched Spice and Wolf?
No, I have not watched that show.
Oh, a lot of it is about what do you call it? Medieval economics.
Oh,
like it's talking about like the price of silver and selling things and how to make money and stuff like that. That's a lot of the show. A majority of the show is about economics.
That's okay. I'll be true. I actually love economics. I think it's something so cool.
Yeah, which is they need to finish the show in anime. Yeah, they need to finish the anime, even though that was like almost 20 years it's been out and no more changes. They went through like the first season and a half or 2 seasons, and then they stopped out of nowhere. But the manga finished. I think it's finished. Yeah. And actually, I think it was not a manga, but I think it was a novel or a light novel. So it had more information in it than what was showed. Oh my god. Another one.
Oh god.
Oh, I have to show this.
But they say, I don't understand why they say dangerously furry. That's a furry right there.
Yeah. So they thought that the show was going to be about furries and furriness.
But I'm saying that image is not dangerously furry. That's actually just furry.
Yeah. Just furry is still considered dangerously furry. Okay, anything that is crossing the line is getting closer and closer to dangerously furry.
Yeah, but
and then there's furry, and then once you're past 70%, you're almost to the point of that's just a cat.
Yeah.
When it's 100%, it's you sick bastard, not dangerously furry.
Okay, that's an amazing. Yeah, art.
Or remember, what do they call when they redrawing of Sailor Moon?
Yeah, they're drawing
Sailor Moon as a cobra.
Hell yeah.
Or
okay,
technically,
that's more than a furry. I will say that's just a monster girl.
Yeah, a Lima. Lima, I think is what. Limere.
Lamia, I think it's a Lamia.
Type it out. I don't remember. I haven't seen it in a while. The text.
On the plate, I typed I'll type it here on the chat.
The plate.
I'll type it on the Twitch chat. Lamia.
Lamia. Oh, Lamia. Okay. Yes. That is because I'm just hearing it and I can't understand words that well from just hearing it. But now reading it, what you're saying makes complete sense now.
Okay,
Lamia.
something I want to say about first that I'm currently still watching. I would say the what we're seeing the gecko and that other cobra. This and sneak cobra that you just sent art by the way.
Mhm.
That is a different scale on the scale. That's something different. That's just a different species as a whole.
Yeah. Yeah, they kind of need to make like a or at least a 2-dimensional scale. The scale we're looking at is just 1 dimension. There needs to be at least 2 dimensions, but they could go 3-dimensional in the scale.
But something at that point, like
And then-
it's snake and it just like it has arms and feet and that's all.
And,
At that point,
and then
species.
they could also go to the 4th dimension, and that's how old it is. And we went that direction.
I'm gonna say
Like,
what's the
because-
art is like actually fire.
Because here's an example: how furry is just an egg.
An egg.
Yes.
What type
It
of
has-
egg are we talking about?
You don't know. All you know is it's just an egg.
I mean, are we talking like an egg, like a chicken egg, or are we talking about the egg that's on the uterus?
I'm gonna say that the egg is the size of a. Oh, it's not inside something. It's outside.
Oh,
It's
okay,
the
okay.
size.
We're not talking about
It's a little bigger than an ostrich egg, but the
Wow,
egg could
that's-
hatch to anything. It could look like the gecko. It could look like one of those snake things. It could end up being a humitar, or a Pokemon.
A Pokemon. Oh yeah, it could be a Pokemon. That's true.
Because apparently all Pokemon come from eggs for some reason.
Yeah, that's something that's really
Even when it's a mammal.
even when it's a Vaporeon and a human, because they're in the same egg category.
Oh Jesus! Why did you have to go there?
I had to say it. That's so funny. That's so You know the best. Okay, I'll stop. I just say you know that, and then I just stop.
You don't need to stop yourself. Don't censor yourself
I
there.
need to stop
Keep
myself.
going.
You know-
I need to stop.
I'll just. You know that the I forgot how I'm saying. You know that the best partner for a human, it's a Vaporeon or something like that. And you know that in terms of reproduction, a human animal reproduction, Vaporeon.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. That's so. Okay. But listen, I will say, there's a point where you see, as you can see that in the scale where it says very furry, I will erase that. That's a new species. That's not very furry. That's just a new species at that point. So then from more
okay.
furry to furry.
Well, I think of all of these almost like a neko. It's its own species.
I mean, yeah, but they still can be like, oh yeah, it's a human moving into an animal, or it's an animal shaped into a human.
Oh, okay.
Very
Yeah, I
furry
get
one.
it.
It's a different
And
thing totally.
there's a point where it's neither human or animal. It's its own thing.
It's yeah, that's why I say on the very furry, you can see. That's where I draw the line. Very furry or more furry, one of those two, just becomes a different species. Like those Tamiya that you not like they're different things because they're cobras.
Mhm.
Like those.
Oh, I didn't know that the species of snake that it's based after changes what it is.
Oh yeah, it does. Let me see if I can find the things.
Yeah. Well, so I'm guessing the regular lamia is a non-poisonous species of snake or something.
It's just called Lamia. Oh wait, they call Lamia scale Well, that's not good. They just show me a fairy tale character. Oh, let me. Okay, Lamia scale monster Musume search. Maybe go after that. I think it's just really laggy for a moment. By the way, while we're looking on this, I'm watching One Piece recently.
One Piece what?
I've been watching One Piece recently.
Okay.
Something.
And then there's this scale. I have another scale.
I don't find Tingo. I will have to search for Professor Slam Tingo originally because I don't find it here. There was more names to it.
Okay, I'm actually back this time.
Welcome back.
No, I gotta drive like halfway to Chicago tomorrow, so.
Uh oh.
I just saw
Good.
something semi-furry. Oh god, it's nothing but ferrets and rabbits and guinea pigs.
What level of furry do you count those?
Well, I like the blurst scale where it gets all the way up to dangerously cheesy.
Yeah.
Cheetos.
Let me get.
Oh, Taukaka has made an appearance in this scale of things. But you can't see her face, or her paws look like they're under a jacket, so you can't even tell what her paws look like.
Yeah,
she
that's the
has
point.
paws. Oh, they don't want you to know her furriness scale?
Yeah.
Like how
that's smart.
Huh.
We don't
Yeah,
know
because
You don't know what any of her people look like anyway.
yeah, well, except for like her father. Her father looks like a straight up cat.
Do
Have
they
you
show them?
Yeah, you see the males, but the females look totally. And then there's Kokonoi. Kokonoi is showing everything. Like she just has the ears and the tail. That's it. But the father of Taukaka, or grandpa, I think it is. It just looks like a cat that's standing up, and its torso is a little longer.
Also,
Where are you seeing this?
probably because maybe.
I haven't seen this. I haven't looked at it a long time.
It might make
what are the
sense that the older are more animal-like because it might be changing over generations.
The older they get, the more cat-like they become until they're just a house cat.
No,
okay.
They're like a reverse Nekomata.
Yeah, I was just thinking that, a reverse Nekomata. So I'm looking up Kaka clan in not Kaka as in poop clan, but yes, I can hear him laughing. No, Kaka clan
So
in
funny.
Blaze Blue. I found Kokonoi. Where's the father or the grandpa, or I don't remember his relation, but I just know he's a Kaka clan character. And it just looks like a straight up. You know that one meme video where and it's like her saying "booby lady" constantly.
Yeah, hey, big booby lady.
Yeah, in that video, you'll see a older grandpa sounding looking Kaka clan character, and I'm not finding him in like images. Oh, okay. I put Blaze Blue Kaka clan, and it gave me more.
Tao is Taukaka. That's what the name is.
Yeah, Tao is Taukaka, and then Kokonoi. You've seen her, right?
Maybe.
She has pink hair. Here, I'll send an image. Copy.
Oh, yeah, I've seen her. She's a scientist.
Yes.
Welcome.
Now I'm-
Way-
Oh, there we.
oh,
I found it. I found it. Open in a new tab.
Calamity Tiger. Calamity Trigger.
His name is Juby.
Name is what?
Jube. So.
Oh yeah, I have seen that one.
Oh, okay. We cannot know on the first skill of that one.
But he's a Nekomata.
Yeah, he has two tails, but he's in the Kaka clan. So
Yeah. So he's
And-
probably really old.
But that's the other thing. Kokonoe has two tails too.
Mm-hmm.
But Tao Kaka only has one tail. But you can't tell what she looks like that much under her clothing, other than she does not look like Juby because she has proper legs,
Yeah.
at least. Ju
Maybe
B-E-I.
Maybe she's on the A1 on the first skill.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Oh, you're watching the video?
Yeah, I'm posting in plate.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. I love the idea. I just saw an image that I love this. I'm
Booby lady.
posting it. So he has cat paws like on his feet. So there's claws there. He can attack with those. He has his cat arm claws. He holds the sword with a mouth and with his tail.
He's got an extra sword. Okay, that's pretty sweet.
See? That's so cool.
Yeah.
Because it's only sword with his two tails.
Mm-hmm.
So one is not enough. That's very cool, actually.
He can attack from everywhere. He has
He has defense from behind.
They're not showing claws on his toes, but
He's got beans. Okay, that's all he has to have.
yeah, if there's beans, there are claws there.
Mhm.
Tractable on the birthday.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a very cool design.
But it wait a minute. The torso isn't even elongated. It's maybe the arms are elongated and weird. But other than that, this is just a cat standing up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
with
is
a katana. A cat with
This is-
edge.
this is 5% not furry because it has it can talk and it has the language of humans and intelligence.
Oh no, wait.
maybe.
This is what we talked about. I think it's more on the own. It's not.
No, this is so close to being a cat that it's not even on its own.
Okay, you have a point there. Yeah, that's true. But
Yeah.
his arms are not.
Because
It's
only
basically a
thing that's-
sentient cat.
Yeah, but except of the physiology, the police thing, the hands, those are like elongated for no reason. So I think that's a different thing entirely. Unless those are not
Maybe-
his real arms, you know, there may be something like
I might be
I
mistaken.
think those aren't their actual paws. Those
I
claws that come out. I'm pretty sure there's some kind of weapon that
they probably
character
got
gets.
some kind of weapon and
Yeah.
like a
Yeah.
I
And
think
not
that's
only
their thing.
not only that character, but that clan, they get those. They can
Yeah.
wear this clothing that has that weapon attached.
okay, so yeah,
Yeah.
he's just a cat sentient with
But
text.
here's another thing. His age, I keep on thinking of him as old because maybe the voice actor and how he looks with the eye patch, but actually everything else is making him look young. And then I saw some fan art of Kokonoe looks like a cat, more like a cat. Maybe, yeah, as they get older, they look more and more human. So it's the right version of the two-tailed things. It's just somehow Taukaka only has one tail instead of two. That's the only
Maybe it's
odd
a
one out.
mutation.
The only odd one out is Taukaka having one tail. Because I thought this guy was older, but no, I think he's young and they just used a raspy voiced older voice actor.
Wait, if you were young,
No,
that
because
mean
I think they
yeah,
call him. I think he calls them kids.
Oh, he does. Yes, you're right. He does call them kids.
Because all the other kaka, like little kaka, they literally call them little kakas, including Tao, only have single tails. Because you got Tamakaka, Hirokaka.
Okay, that's another
Uchikaka.
thing. That's right. Taukaka acts, and they even allude to her being really young.
Yeah, I think she's only supposed to be like 14, 15 or something like that. She's not
Then
old at all.
I remember Kokonoe Noi being considered really, 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 really old.
She is, because I think it's got to do with that second tail.
Okay. Oh, well, yeah, you have to be over 100 in order to get the second tail.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So maybe it's a male and female thing?
Possible. But the only exception I would say would be Totokaka, because that's an elder. The literal name is Elder Kaka, or Kaka Elder, which is the one with the skull mask on. So it's like ancient. But
Oh
it's
yeah,
only got one tail.
I see the one that you're talking about. That it's like it looks like it's melted in its clothing.
Yeah, it's like kind of squished. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, here's an entire. Oh, okay. Juby is Kokonoe's dad. And then Juby is like the ancient relative to the entire Kaka clan, which is created from his genes.
Oh.
And then all the Kakas are made up for that. Okay, here. I'll send this to you because it's in their wiki.
Okay.
Hold up, put it in plate. Click that and then scroll down a little bit to like 4.
That looks really cool.
Scroll down to
4 shows relatives.
oh, relatives. Okay, that's like I see. Oh, references. I went to references instead of relatives. Okay,
Yeah, too far.
there we
It's
go.
got a nice little whole thing.
Mother just looks like a human, and then this person looks like a human. There's a human. There's a human. Okay, Kaka clan. Oh, okay. I didn't go where it started. There's Juby.
Yeah, what is that? Mother.
Oh, so the mother is 9 of the Phantom, and just some lady.
Of Kokonoe, and then
Yeah.
Juby, and then Tomonori is somehow related with Juby. I think it was between Tomonori and Juby that they became the Kaka clan,
Oh yeah.
because Kokonoe
Yeah,
is
it
their
is.
own separate.
The Beat Skin clan is maybe what was before or a derivative of the Kaka clan, because
Yeah.
Beat Skin, it sounds like that's what's on their back that has the claw.
Yeah.
There's a clan like
Dracula.
Is there, vampire, is there
Probably.
bag? Yeah.
Okay, but this I'm looking at the Kaka clan, and they all have the same faces, Tingo, but I don't know if that's like actually that's Shadow or that's their actual face.
No, that's their get up. Because as soon as it's in the Kaka clan, they all wear specially designed jackets that only show their eyes and their teeth, and that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. What
There's
the fuck? Lambda 11.
Cali Kaka, Feisty Kaka, Fluffy Kaka, Spotty Kaka.
So it's a calico, a feisty cat, a fluffy cat,
Oh.
a spotted cat.
And the only difference between them you could tell is the tails. And
Yep.
oh, they're bows.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I like how we got
Look
so
at the
far
clone of Saya.
into this.
But hey, at least we're on topic still. This is still like somewhat, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're still looking at that because that's I will say this is like on the neck, but it's really different, you know.
Yeah.
It will
The
be, I think,
Alucard clan is definitely vampires.
Oh, okay then.
I'm not something. Look at
Oh,
Lambda
and
11.
Helsing.
That's amazing. On a over million. Oh, it's alright. But that's kind of cool.
So then there's these other characters that they show on here that are just like distant cousins of Tokaka.
They're related
Marceline.
because they're related through them, which got a new body at some point.
Oh.
That's what it looks like. So yeah, they're technically like cousins and stuff, but
And then
that would
it
be
starts.
let's see.
Some of the nomenclature and the
Cousins.
characters look like they're robots. Like
Second cousins,
uh,
third cousins.
Lima No 11. Is that Lima or
There's Lambda.
no Lambda? That's what that
Mhm.
is. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
Lambda,
it says Lambda. I didn't even look at that. Lambda number 11, and then its actual name is Lambda, but I was reading it in the Greek.
Mhm.
Lemao.
That's
You're
why I
actually
was somewhat
reading it Greek.
because I was somewhat off because I don't quite remember what its name was, so I was
How
like,
much is a kilogram?
Linda?
2.2
That
pounds.
has
A
3 clones. or something.
kilogram.
Why did so many? And Saya look like any of these.
I thought it was 30 ounces.
Oh no, I can see that.
Oh yeah, that's about 2.2. You're right. You're
Yeah, I
close.
was about to say. Yeah, 2.204. Okay. So 55.
Hmm.
120 pounds.
I know the
Hold
ounces.
on.
I know the
Wait,
ounces because
how
I've
much
been
do I
going
weigh?
into. I was going into gold.
I weigh 106 kilograms. Okay.
106. I think
Yeah.
I'm quite a bit over 90. Let's see.
If you're anywhere close to 235, you're over 100 for sure.
Mm.
Oh, I'm 95 kilograms.
Okay. I was probably 95 at one point. No longer.
And
No longer that light.
I'm 175 centimeters. 177. Here, I'll look up the centimeters.
Oh shit! If I was 235 kilograms, that'd be 518 pounds. Length.
Wait. Oh, okay, I sent this to the wrong person.
Inch to centimeter. Let's see. I'm 69.
I'm 175 centimeter.
Yeah, I've got like 175.26. So like I'm somewhere between 6'9" and 6'8". So I know that. Or 5. Yeah, 68 and 69 inches. So I'm either 172 or 175, somewhere in there. How tall was Sakaki?
Sakaki.
Yeah.
I'll close this one. I don't want to keep looking at this bloodline.
How tall is she? She's
Amazing.
like 156. Oh, she's 174. Okay.
What?
5'8".
Okay, I was kind of disturbed when I saw the only image of one of the like people that have children is a child.
What?
Seiya. Look at Seiya. It's like, oh, and they made
Gonna have
three.
three
Oh,
clones.
fostered. Yeah. Not a real
fostered
human. Okay, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that's why these 3 things at the bottom look like robot-looking things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So
they're clones,
she's
as you can see.
she's like a. Oh yeah, they do kind of have her look.
Yeah, they have some.
Oh, they're all
sometimes-
females. Oh, I
Okay, yeah, that's.
didn't notice that until now. Okay.
She's literally all 3 of them.
Yeah.
Turned into all 3 of them. Okay.
I didn't see that clone of Say It.
You
Yeah.
didn't see that?
Yeah.
That's the first
But
thing
she-
I noticed.
She literally fostered them, so she raised them as well.
Oh, how could she raise them when she looks that young? What?
Merged, fostered, merged with Noelle. Or maybe she was fostered by Cecilia. Probably fostered by Cecilia. Yeah, Jin and Seiya were both fostered by Cecilia A. Mercury.
Oh,
So is
okay.
Ragna.
So all these
These 3 are foster children of that one.
Yeah. Okay. Mercury. And she has red hair, obviously.
Yeah. Well, her mom has red hair too.
Mother. Her
Yeah,
name
Mother.
is Mother.
Her name is Mother.
And the only picture of her is pregnant.
hmm I think that's the only point she has.
Oh, and so she has red hair. 9 of the Phantom has red hair. The other one has red hair. Just red hair everywhere.
Except Coconut. You got pink.
Annoying. Yeah. Well, when you mix
Of course, she's got
white fur,
everything.
What? She has what?
Oh, if you ever played Japanese game, they always have blood type to everything.
Oh, okay, yeah.
They always.
So you can look
put the
up.
blood on
They always have blood type. Because there's some kind of you know how we have like horoscopes?
Yeah.
There's like a blood type horoscope that they do.
Where's the blood type for these characters?
If you look on their, except for Seiya, side underneath their name and everything, it'll go. Oh, okay, I don't think any of the robots have it, which makes sense. But so if you go to like Cecilia A. Mercury, you go down, it'll say name, birthday, species, voice actors, blood type.
Oh, okay,
and
there
then
it
height
is.
and weight.
The elder, or Torakaka doesn't have blood type, and that's why I was like confused. And then the
It just
other
says blood type cat.
Oh, really?
No.
Oh,
I'm just
okay,
thinking
because
of
that would make sense, but no.
Mhm.
So they didn't have it on that one, and then they didn't have it on a Mother. I was looking at Mother, and I was like, I don't see blood type on here either.
I think they're specifically leaving that one out because they're not wanting to get too far into that information, because she probably wasn't a thing in the series for very long. She probably is just like a placeholder that she died. That was the whole point to her at some point. She died.
Speaking of blood type, what are you guys' blood type?
Oh, neg.
I'm O negative.
Oh,
I think we've talked about this before
Yeah.
to some extent.
I'm not sure.
Oh, no, I'm not. I'm O positive. I forgot.
Oh, hell yeah. You're
I'm
the...
Is it your final answer?
I'm a universal donor to half. That's the fact that I remember about mine.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're O negative, you can universally donate to everyone. If you're O positive, you can universally donate to half of all blood types that exist.
That's why they always want my blood. I damn near passed out the last time I gave blood. It was not fun.
Oh, I don't think that's fun. Yeah, you're right.
Now, because they hook me up to the machine, right? And they pump all the blood out that they want, and then after a while, they spin it out, and they spin out just the reds, and then they give me everything back.
You're doing a plasma.
No. No, it's the opposite of a plasma. They take all of the blood, but they say they give me back my plasma.
Oh,
okay, that's different. So is this a way to get more red blood cells out of you?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Because they can take double the red blood cells. So they're giving double the amount of like oxygen moving cells that are needed to that person. So it's much more efficient.
And then plasma, can you, if it's properly done, can you donate plasma to anyone, or no, you still have to do the whole blood type plasma?
I think the plasma, if I remember right, the plasma.
Or it doesn't matter because you can just give them saline solution to basically.
Usually it's just saline solution to dilute it out. And then I know for plasma, the universal blood type is different than the red blood cells.
Okay,
so like you can still take my plasma and not have a problem, but if you want to just give the plasma, like just the plasma to somebody, there's another blood type that's better for it or something.
Okay.
Like, because it has its own set of like information as to what gets sent where.
Okay, that makes sense. Oh, okay. It's like, wait a minute. Oh, there's okay.
I know there's like some kind of plasma identifiers. I just know I've got rare blood to some extent for some reason. Okay, 9.
9? 9.
No, I've been listening to these podcasts at one of my local friends, I guess.
He's German, apparently. No, I'm just kidding.
Nah, it's because I joined a D&D group with him and like his friends because he needed like extra people, so he asked me to join. So I was like, okay. And then since then, he's like sent me these podcasts that I've been listening to, and they're fucking hilarious. It's like, why? Download. So I got to download some for tomorrow for the 12-hour drive I've got to do.
12-hour drive, you said?
Oh, no. Yeah, 12
I
hours.
wish you luck, actually. Like, all
Yeah.
the luck you can have.
It's not too bad. It's like 6 hours one way, then you kind of sit there for a bit, and then you turn back around and come back the same way.
You're
It's
not
not
going
terrible.
to downtown Chicago, are you?
No, I'm going halfway to Chicago and then halfway
Oh.
back. So it's like 11 hours, 40-something minutes round trip, or like one-way trip.
Okay.
So round trip, it's like same way to get halfway there and halfway back. Well, halfway there and then all the way back. Download.
Hold on, what? Where we ended up with the 40 thing?
Yeah, we went to our normal tangent off of furries.
Yeah.
We stayed on subject
did
for
stay-
quite a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, why did you say llama? Or llama?
Lamir.
Lamia. I say Lamia
snake
because
Yeah, the snake lady that eats babies.
eats babies.
Yeah,
I don't
what?
know about that, but
Yeah. No, the llamas, they eat babies.
Mhm.
llamas or llamas?
The lamias do.
Yeah, llama. No,
Llama, eat mama. It's like, no!
No.
Here, you can have this baby. The
Because
juice-
there's lamia, which are the snake ladies that eat babies, and then there's the other one. It starts with a K.
Oh, I think I
Snake.
remember this.
People starts with K. Nope.
Is Nexodus was saying that there's different types of snake
Yeah.
people, but
There's different type of-
the name changes according to what type of snake it is. So, like the cobra ones are different from llamas.
Mm-hmm.
But I forgot. I don't know how to find it.
Mm.
I mean, I could find
I know
it.
exactly where to go. Hold on, I will be.
All right.
A
Alright,
porn
go to
site. No,
go to
it's-
Reddit. Go to
Reddit.
Reddit.
does-
Monster girl. Oop, girl.
Speaking of, I just got the slime monster girl, but
Oh, yeah, that's it.
I actually like out of the monster girls, I like the harpy one. I forgot her name. Green
Poppy?
harpy. Poppy, yeah.
Wait, no, I have Poppy.
Oh, you have Poppy?
I have Poppy.
Oh, wait, yeah, you have
Hold on.
Poppy.
I have Poppy because
Yeah,
I'm
you
turning
have
her
it.
into fried chicken.
You have her, yeah, I remember.
She'd become fried chicken.
You becoming fried chicken.
Oop.
Wait, this is not whole life.
Asamaga die.
There you go.
Rolling. Oh, yeah, there. Oh, yeah, you have her. Oh, I keep on thinking of her as green for some reason.
She is kind of green in some of the episodes, if I remember right.
Oh.
But in the manga, since it's black and white, that's the way I just saw it as.
Yeah.
Okay. I actually have
Hold on.
watched Asumanga Dayo. I really wanted to watch it. Because I heard
Which one?
it's Asumanga Dayo. Because I had understood that it was on the same universe as Nishio.
Oh yeah, it's great.
I wouldn't be. I was about to say I'll trade you the slime for Poppy, but that's not a fair trade at all. Poppy's high up there, actually.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm kind of surprised Sue's not as high up there as Poppy
Yeah.
is.
Oh, you have
is this
Noelle.
a different?
You can try
is
and-
this is Sue from a different place? I thought there is Sue.
No, they're both in the same place.
Oh, okay. Like that
hold on.
one's a picture from the anime, but they don't have. Oh no, not Seuss. Lime. I thought Lime was. The
Oh no.
main
Sue is from that same deal. Lime is from Monster Girl Quest, which is a hentai game.
Yeah.
Okay, it's different from Monster Moonsu. Okay.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
so different.
So if I got her, then yes, I could totally could have traded her for Poppy.
Yeah.
Because I'd rather have Poppy.
She
Even
has her nickname's Slimezilla.
this- What's Bird Brain. Yes, that's
Bird
a
Brain,
good.
yeah.
That's a good nickname.
Oh,
Actually,
so-
Sue is
very-
slightly higher rank. Yeah,
Yeah.
Sue's got the higher rank.
Yeah, that's why I said it would be a fair trade. But
Yeah.
then what's up with the bird brain plus 13, but Sue gets Slimezilla plus 1?
I don't know what that is about.
Yeah,
I know
actually
it's got to
don't
do
know.
something with the nickname, but not 100%.
And then
on that.
we found that it doesn't mean anything to do with like how many others there were, because
Yeah.
there's some of the names, it's like there's obviously only that one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See, I
I
need
think
to
there's a
make
lot.
this
But now they changed it. So
10,
that's
11,
making
12,
sense.
13. Save.
I think it means
And,
how many people gave that as a.
Oh,
Maybe.
because actually that's the other thing. If people, I wonder if people, the way you can, no, never mind. I was gonna say maybe the way that people are voting for this and the way that a character comes into existence is when people on their server make a character with the same name and same information.
Probably.
And then they just conglomerate, and your vote to what makes more true what happens to the character is what pops up on these.
Maybe. I'm sure there's somewhere that they've got this all written down as to what it actually does.
Yeah. Well, and then there's another thing is that I think it is a conglomerate of what people are doing that causes this. It's not like somebody is sitting there inputting all this information. When there's a new character, it's like taking either the data from all the servers that people randomly input, or people who are in, like, let's say a specific server that then vote on this stuff.
It's hard to know if you're not there actually.
Yeah.
What?
It is really tough to know without actually being there.
Yeah.
So
But
we
yeah.
can just Okay, let's go back to the actual topic.
Back to the furries.
Well, or let's move, because we've been on this topic for a long time.
There's only one topic.
Yeah, I told you that before.
Oh, there's only one topic today?
I told
It's all about
you.
furries.
You said it was. I saw something that said this. There's a very big topic. I'm like, oh, okay. What's this extreme cool big topic? No, it's
Furries.
that there's only one, and furries isn't that big of a topic in my idea.
I mean, we
It's
have
like
just
the
gotten
discussion
to
of
the.
what counts as. So it can be a big deal.
We have only gotten to the part of the furries of, oh yeah, it's physically a furry and mentally, but we have not gotten to the actual furries, that are out there. Like, oh yeah, I have seen
The
one.
real ones, the
Yeah.
physical ones that inherit our
ones.
world.
Yeah.
What?
Those ones.
I found it weird in this show, the Monster Musume thing. Why is Sue wearing a rain jacket when?
Doesn't matter.
She'll dissolve.
It's cool.
No, she dissolves in water.
Yeah, but. Oh, okay. Now I got it. She needs clothing that wouldn't dissolve from her acidic skin too.
That too, yeah. But a lot of it's got to do with her like dropping down in water.
Well, if she drops down in water, then her clothing means nothing because she's in water.
Yeah, but it was because she got rained on at one point or something, and it like melted her down a lot, so she got dumber.
Oh,
Depending on which water she takes in and what she eats is directly proportional to her intelligence. Because at one point she ends up like inhaling a mineral spring or something, and she gets really smart for that episode or that like 3 chapters or whatever.
Oh, okay. And then I also remember something about her being able to eat poison and recognize what's wrong with it, or if it can or can't be eaten by others.
Yeah, she can. She's got a lot of information on that one. What is this?
And yeah, I've seen her pink and yellow and green and other colors. I wonder what those represent.
One of those is actually another slime, but is another slime, and it is explained in the episode that the way the slimes grow is they absorb other slimes, and then whichever slime is smarter or like more stronger will take over the other slime's like existence.
That's how slime molds work.
And that's why she gets nicknamed Slimezilla, is because she takes over the big slime. Like Sue takes over the big slime.
Mm.
Yeah, that's something epic, yeah.
There we go. Sorry. Oh my god.
And they actually have it. It's not like this doesn't have.
Yeah, I mean it's you can find all of it if you read the manga for it. But most of it's like spread out through like 23 different chapters. Because I remember like the Slimezilla, the evil slime, showed up like 20 chapters before it was actually like introduced in what it was doing. I was like, why is this a thing? Download. Let's put that there. Did I show you guys Omniduck?
Omniduck.
I think I put it
did.
in shitpost.
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
Does it have anything to do with Omni-Man?
Yes,
Oh,
but
okay.
it's a duck.
Yeah, he
I
showed
put it
us.
in meme, posted it somewhere.
If you don't remember, go watch it, guys.
Go watch
Here,
what?
I'm gonna put it in shitpost. I think it's already in shitpost. It is in shitpost. It's right above Skeletor.
Oh, I remember the Skeletor video. Yes.
And an insult.
Is it a
Next.
split? Oh, here, just a second. Okay, right about. Oh, that. Yes. Yes.
This is so good.
Okay.
That's so good. That's so fun.
Well, okay, so that's loosely correlated to Omni-Man because of my Omni-Man meme thing, but the original
Yeah,
crouching
it's not-
image, that's
no,
from something else from what I remember.
yeah, I have seen Broly before
I think
Omni-Man
that
doing
comes
that.
from like, yeah, I think it actually comes from like, fuck, what's the stupid girl's name? Nicki Minaj. Like one of her things is way back a long time ago.
Yeah, but then there's the buff version, and I've seen the buff version of
Buff
this
version's the best
before. Before.
No, they've done it. Oh god. One day you will have
Both,
to answer
the both
for
versions,
your
the one they use
existence.
for Omni-Man and Broly, and the other characters are more. They just make that pose.
Oh, I got text. Hold on. YouTube. What was this about? Oh, Thick started streaming. That's what's going on. Okay.
Oh hell yeah! Alright, let's.
Ooh.
I suppose we can rate Thick right now. I think the topic has gone for a while. We still have things to. Yeah, but maybe we'll save that for later.
Yeah, we kept on topic for quite a while, actually.
Yeah.
Even though we did get over to Blaze Blue at some point. But it was still somewhat on topic.
Okay, we're still on topic. Guy, you're there?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So, you heard what I just said, right? I'm not gonna be shot in the leg again, right?
You're gonna be shot in the leg.
If I'm not gonna be shot in the leg.
is this?
You're gonna be.
Oh my
You're gonna be
God.
put out like Old Yeller in the back.
Oh
God.
god.
Hold on. Okay. Oh Jesus Christ! I forgot about this. It's going in shitpost. Spoiler.
Right, listen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Listen, every human, listen. Listen. The next music.
Oh,
Hold on. I've got to.
music.
I've got to turn the bot up.
You're gonna put the bottom.
Yeah, there we go.
Human, listen, everyone. Chat, everyone on here in the Discord. You know, you. I'm not stream. So I'm thinking. I'm thinking.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking what to say. I should say, oh, thank you for. Yeah, I'll say that. Of course. What else? Oh yeah, we're gonna be rating big eyes. That's his name. Who's
The
that person?
thickest of thighs.
Yeah, you saw the announcement I made that we were gonna be starting stream in 10 minutes. Well, I had that announcement for saying that we were gonna start streaming in 3 hours and 30 minutes. And I was supposed to post that at 4 p.m. But
Yeah.
I forgot.
Somebody asked recently. Oh yeah, no, that was yesterday. I kept on. So I was like whispered in Steam, and then the same person whispered me in Discord, and then they talked to me on the server itself, asking what time is the stream starting. I keep I typed
about
in
Canty.
I typed in about 2 hours. Next one, I said in about 2 hours. This one, I said in about 2 hours. They never appeared in about 2 hours when the stream actually started. It's
You
like,
know,
He's
he must be busy.
interesting as a person, I believe.
yeah. Yeah. But yeah. Hey, I was consistent. I told him all 3 times in about 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe just add them. Very just maybe add them up and then just said, oh, in 6 hours. Maybe that happened. Yeah, so that's funny. Well. So yeah, you know, I'll wait, you know, for some minutes because we have some music here.
Oh, the song has to end before we leave.
3 hours later. It's like,
Oh, wait a
okay.
minute. Is it a long loop?
No.
Because that's a possibility.
This is 5 hour, 5 minutes. Not
Okay,
5 hours.
That's,
no,
that's
worry.
reasonable.
No, don't worry, don't worry.
Wait a minute. So we went almost 2.5 hours on the one subject.
Oh,
Probably.
we started the
Yeah,
subject at
hold on.
1 hour.
Well, we still okay. I count. We did a whole podcast on one subject still because we can talk in between with other things, but we still the majority of the podcast was the one subject.
Yeah, because we're at almost 3 hours right now.
Yeah, true.
I mean, I wasn't here for most of it, but
This is my second one where it's. I never noticed until now. It says congratulations, you won an uncommon nothing.
nothing. Yeah.
You're just not.
It's
Yeah.
like, oh,
That's so painful.
hold on. See how big the boobies are. There
Oh
we go.
Jesus!
Let me see if I can get another.
There's you. 2. There is a whole head of another. I almost said
Bam.
human. Yeah,
It's a goat.
Her,
Yeah.
her head is smaller than that.
Oh, you got a shiny Oshawott. Or Duat.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Oh, I got a shiny Duat. There's not.
Mm-hmm. Young Thomas got a little star beside it.
Yo,
I was
Oh,
so I was slightly interested in the new Pokemon until I started seeing it's in Chibi style. I'm like,
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Now the Chibi style of like the DS versions, it's like looks like
Yeah.
a regular Game Boy character.
Yeah.
But this is just
What's the new?
Yeah.
What's the new Pokemon called? Oh, is that?
Brilliant
it's Pearl.
Diamond and Brilliant Pearl.
Shiny
or
Pearl.
Shiny Pearl and Brilliant Diamond.
They fucked it up. Should have said shiny diamond to make a really reference.
Yeah.
Really
you,
sad.
you see what I'm talking about now?
Yeah,
Oh
they could have
god.
said shiny diamond. That would have been so cool.
Yeah.
That would be so amazing.
Oh, the nomenclature is not the problem. It's what the characters look like. The thing you're going to see the whole game.
You know what?
Whatever.
At least the characters still look the same whenever you're battling. Those all look okay. But yeah, the character that you're gonna have to run around as is
You're
like,
going to see a
eh.
majority of the time that character.
Yeah, no, thank you. I don't want to make it look like I'm running around with a freaking Funko Pop.
Yeah, I think they did it just to sell toys. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Oh, this is from Sonic. It's like, where the hell is this character from? Here, I'll send it. Copy. Back to the furry. I put it in the chat of the stream.
Oh my god. Bunny. Wait a minute. That character style looks familiar.
Yeah, it's
on a
from
second.
Sonic. It's so the number 3 is what the character quite looks like. It's in the one of the old ones where they're like
yeah.
underground. Yeah, Sonic Underground, and then
Okay.
they continued it in the comics.
Okay. No, there's a specific other. There's a manga that seems like this a little bit. Like the character is drawn that way. Hold on. Swear to God, Minecraft has the most depressing and best music ever.
Yeah.
I get so upset whenever I'm sitting there. I'm like, suddenly it starts playing. I'm like, oh wait, I've been playing here by myself for the last 4 hours.
Mhm.
What have I been doing? Where is this freaking?
Okay, now this is ultra weird. It's the creatures. I'm copying and pasting.
So it's like that one creature from Fullmetal Alchemist.
No. Oh my God.
Edward.
Yeah. No, that's not 3. That's 2. That's not 3. That's a dog and a human.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but this is a cat, a unicorn, and a human.
Oh no.
Oh, I'm back.
Oh, it's Unikitty.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
back. I'm back.
That makes sense because that's from Lego Movie.
Yeah.
Humans, listen.
Mhm.
Humans.
Humans. You're human, right?
Can we play real human music then?
I'm a
No.
kite.
Yeah, you're a kite. That's right.
I am the real kite. Yes.
Okay, listen, human and the real kite.
Yeah. Hold on,
Uh,
back.
It's
I'm
time.
listening now. Let us raid.
It is time.
We
Time
normally
to go
just-
to another. Sorry.
Don't worry. Continue. I would normally just drop and everything. Say, yo, and we're going. So but last time I did that, it actually shoot me in the leg, and I've been bleeding for a week.
I'll be back in a while. I've got to take cats out. So
Well, the stream is ending.
Don't worry. I cannot keep this until it ends. Let me skip the music.
Yeah. You have to stop somewhere.
I have to stop on 19 hours. Okay, listen.
I'm listening.
Okay, continue. Say. Yeah, Kai. Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. I have nothing to say.
No, you were gonna say something.
No, I wasn't. You keep on saying, listen, listen, listen. I'm like, okay, what? You go ahead, Kite. What? Okay.
Okay. Now, listen.
Are you just stalling for time?
No. We already passed the 3 hours, so I'm stopping for that.
Oh, you passed the 3-hour point and that's it?
I already passed the 3 hours 2 minutes ago, but I was out. I had to help my mother with something. Just a moment.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, listen. So this stream is gonna end. It's not actually gonna. Oh yeah, it's gonna end actually. But the fun doesn't end here, you know. The fun continues. Oh, I didn't have to think. Oh, it continue on six thickest of ties, you know. Stream. Cool.
Thick.
Explore fix.
Thick thighs.
Yeah, they're already thick. Probably use it. That's not the point, okay? The point
That's another.
that's another this stream is ending. I wanna say thank you to every human this stream is so- Thank you to every human and not human that stayed on the stream or also talking here. Thanks to Darkest and Kai for being here and talking about furries for 2 hours.
You're welcome. Welcome.
No pro.
And I cannot start right now. Isn't it buggy?
It says you're starting. It's got about 10 seconds left.
It's not looking for me. Okay, there we go. Now it's
It
working.
says we're going there with 3 raiders.
Mm-hmm.
So you give love to my boy, to our United size.
Dicky.
Oh, there's no music. Oh
And-
shit! I have to add this one. I'm done.
In 5,
No,
4,
no.
3, 2, 1,
I cancel.
0. Blast off. What?
Yeah,
It's still going.
It's still fake.
There it goes.
I was sent there, so you did not cancel it.
Oh then, fuck. I the music. I'll still put the music. So yeah. If anyone's watching the bot, thank you for being here, and thank you Darkest and Kite for accompanying me here
Mhm.
for 2 hours.
I'm burning his door down now.
So yeah, I will see you later and I'll end this.
Oh, I like this song.
Oh yeah, I love
Good
this song.
song.
It's really good song. I had
Hope
to
Streams.
It sounds good.
Bye.
That's the thing.
Nice.
A portion of Hopes and Dreams, yeah.
They
Because
just,
it's
they just
it's
get
the
this
end
at
of
the
that
end.
battle.
They just put this at the end of Pops and Dream,
Yeah.
but there's different songs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's the thing with this music. So a bunch of it can be just played right into the next one.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, oh wow, I suddenly got like 1,000 notifications.
Oh god damn it. Hold on. Shitpost. Shitpost.
Okay.
Bam. The cat's
So-
dancing.
As ending the stream, I'll say thank you everyone again for coming to talk here. I will get more topics for
problem.
next week.
Are you winning, son?
You should have one of the topics about the dancing cat. The dancing cat.
Yeah, the THE.
What then?
All she's doing is
dancing cat.
it's over in
Dancing
shitpost
cat.
if you want to go look.
Okay, You can send it
Are
that
you
later.
winning,
I don't
son?
know which thing that we're talking about.
That
I like
sounds
how he
almost
just-
like
Bashes the door in.
it almost sounds like from SpongeBob. Are you
Yeah.
ready, kids?
Are you ready, kids?
I can't hear you.
Oh, he's dead.
Oh, the dancing cat.
Yeah. Patchy. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
Remember the
Oh,
dancing cat.
Did you see the
The original.
Shrek one? Yeah. The
The
one
sh-
right above.
Oh yes, I saw the Shrek video.
Police brutality.
Yeah. Oh Jesus, that was way before what happened.
We know.
Yeah.
Because every police officer uses that tactic because they were taught that tactic was a way of controlling somebody
It's a
who's
great
out of
way
control.
of controlling
With-
somebody out of control. It's just
because
too long.
you know why
of
it's
it will kill
you know
somebody.
why? No, it's drugs that will kill somebody.
Well, yeah.
You
No,
can
but-
be on somebody perpetually like that for hours at a time and it won't kill somebody.
Yeah,
You do it to
correct.
somebody who you do it to somebody who is already dying. Yes, they're going to die.
They're going to die faster.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because they're they're having excited delirium, and so their heart rate goes up. Their heart rate goes up. The drug that they ate 15 times the amount that is lethal is now going to go through their system and kill them faster.
Yeah.
That man was a dead man before the police were in.
Involved. He was.
Okay. Okay, I mean, my name is moving, but thank you everyone for watching.